I can't hear it, Rox. Rox, I can't hear it. Rox.
Yes, bro. Is everyone in the chat room able to hear it?
I can't hear it.
I'm not sure if it's something to do with your system, bro. Let me know in the chat room if you're able to hear it. Yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it. Hopefully everyone in the chat room can hear it. If you can all hear it in the chat room, I will carry on. I'm not hearing anyone in the chat room saying they've got no sound yet.
All right.
Yeah.
Mute.
Yes, we can hear. We can hear. We can hear.
No, we can't hear it. Oh, we can say, and we can't. We can hear you say we can't hear it, and we can't. They can't hear it either.
Okay. So let's try and do this a little bit differently. Stop. Oh, well, we tried. We tried. We had a good idea with the intro there. We weren't sure if it was going to work. We were trying something new. And do you know what we'll do? We will play it for
you didn't share the sound, did you?
Yeah, I did.
You didn't share the sound.
I clicked the box. I did. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I have not really done it that way before. That was a different way of doing it. So I will try and see if I can fix it. But we're here. We're live. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's bank holiday in England. And I'm not sure wherever else on the international plane, but hey, it's bank holiday here. It's the 8th of March. It has been just over a week since you have had us on your screens. We were on earlier on today for Richard's live gig at 3 p.m, which was absolutely awesome. We were playing you the first track from that tonight, but it just didn't come through for some reason. But hope you're all all right. We're going to jump into the chat room shortly and give you all a well-deserved shout out. And we weren't that late tonight, Rich.
No, I know. We weren't that late tonight. Only, what, 5 minutes?
10 minutes? Tops. We're doing good. We're going to start as we mean to go on. So how about we take it in turns? Yeah?
What are we going to do? Shout out the chat room?
Yeah, man.
Go on then. Start at the top?
Yeah, let's go right down, to the tippity top. Yeah, we'll go to the top. Okay, because of Richard's subs, he's got a laptop now, so I don't have to do this all by myself anymore.
Look, I can do that. Oh, look, that was me.
I did no hands. It wasn't me.
Awesome.
It wasn't
me.
We
love StreamYard, eh? We're loving StreamYard, man. So let's start at the top. Dusty Nuggets.
Shout out to you.
Hi, all, roll up a Dusty Nugget, tune in. Roll up a Dusty Nugget, tune in and enjoy these heroes at work. Dusty Nuggets. You're a hero, man. Thank you very much.
Shout out to you, my darling. And to Astro King. How you doing, sweetheart? Long time no see. Hope you have had a good week and great to see you in the chat room as well.
Stanley. Hello, mate. Don't think I've seen you before, but hello.
Awesome. And Reed Millins. Hello. Nice to see you. Not seen your name in the chat room before.
We got Dagon Morning Star. Hey man, how you doing? I have eaten something thanks to Jessica and the other contributors earlier today. Flatball,
and to Zenith.
Yeah, it's Zenith, Flatball, Ashley Brown, and Jessica. Thanks to those guys. I went down to the shop and I got myself some coffee and some milk and some fruit, and yeah, I got some supplies. I got some cigarettes.
Yeah, and that's not all. Rich has got to go out tomorrow to get more bits and pieces as well, thanks to you. So, big shout out to all of you. You know who you are. We won't give away your government names, just your online status. But honestly, Rich could not have done. Rich has got coffee, not camping
real coffee, man.
Real coffee. He was able to get the coffee for his machine, and you were able to get the milk that you like to use in there. And that is it's been days since Rich has had a proper coffee. I cannot stress enough. Thank you. So, shout out to Dagon for that as well.
Do you know what I've noticed, Rox?
What?
I've got a feeling that it's the coffee that's giving me the headache.
Oh, do you know what? You might have battered.
I've started to get a headache, and I've been drinking coffee. So maybe it's the headache.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. You're probably right.
So where do we get to?
Flat Shandy. Well, no, I can give myself a shout out. I can go, hi, Roxanne. And then you can do hi, Rich. And then we can do hi, Really Woke Show. But yeah, the next one was Flat Shandy. Hi, all. Hello. Thank you for joining us.
Flat Shandy, how you doing? Reverend Hull, bring on the dancing girls.
Stanley, lovely to see you. He says, my first time to a Flat Earth Global Denier chat, so not sure what to expect. You can just expect a lot of free talk, a lot of non-mundane interactions. Everybody is on their pursuit of truth in one way, shape or another. And you will find it a pretty much friendly chat. We try to keep it clean. We try and keep it, relatively polite.
We try to keep it respectful.
Keep it respectful, but we will defend your right to say what you want to say, as long as you're not having like some kind of personal attack at other people in the chat room. And that speaks for everyone. Everyone pretty much knows the coup for the chat room.
Basically
so
any personal attacks on any individuals in the chat room, on either me or Roxanne or any of our co-hosts, and we'll just say goodbye to you. We won't even mention you. You'll just be gone.
So you should find it a friendly place, Stanley. But lovely to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by and joining the chat room and saying hi. Your turn, Rich.
Spirit level. Oh, where's he gone? There it is. Spirit level. How you doing, man? Howdy. I love that. What is that? Is that Flat Eric?
It's Flat Eric. Yeah, it is. Flat Eric. It is. Ian Adams. Hello, my darling. Lovely to see you. Hope you've had a great week. And then further down the list, it's your turn again. With
where have we got? Reed Milnes, Jonathan Hobbs.
Oh wait, missed. My bad. Jonathan Hobbs. Hello, my darling.
Hi. How are you doing?
Great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us, and to Lee G as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Hope you've had a good week. How do?
Tim Burns, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Lovely to see new names as well. It's great to see everybody in there. Hey, hello, my darling. We've got a little something different for today, but we are looking to do that tomorrow, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. The whole Rich.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that would have been today normally, but today is the first day that we're back this week, we're doing the fun stuff tomorrow. Because we've got so much to catch up on today. So hold tight for that one. Massive love and respect to Conspiracy Cats.
Yeah, we haven't forgotten your Conspiracy Cats, mate. And I got to say again, right? Bravo, dude. Seriously, that was brilliant, mate.
We're not worthy.
Yeah, seriously, I was impressed, man. I was impressed. We've mentioned, didn't we? I said to you, we should have a Skype, and I'll teach. I'll do whatever. I'll answer whatever questions you've got if I can. Any questions about the playing guitar or whatever, if you want, give you some pointers and stuff, I'm well up for that, mate. Still well up for it. So just give me a bell.
Awesome, Rich. I was just saying hi to Spirit Level there as well, because they put another message in to say hi to me. And your turn, but I want to say hi to Near. I miss you, Near.
Hey man, we missed you, dude.
When did that thing, so we'll definitely try and catch up with you. I know after the show might be too late today, so maybe if you've got a window to catch up with us tomorrow, because we have got Really Woke Extra coming up over the next few days as well. As I said, we've been gone for a week, but watch out, because we've got Esh News on the first edition of the Really Woke Show Extra, so please keep your eyes peeled for that, because that is coming up, and that's hella interesting. So shout out to you, Nick.
Beautiful people. How's it going, Thomasino? How you doing, man? You're beautiful, dude. Thank you.
Got that song in my head now.
Yeah.
Steve Bailey, hi. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here with us, darling. Great to see you.
Hasker Sun. How's it going, man? Good to see you.
Yeah. Great to see him in the chat as well. Owen! How you doing, darling? We can hear you. We can't hear it, but we can't. Thank you. We got it. We knew what you meant. Shout out to you, my darling. Great to see you in the chat room.
That's it. No comment. We always Savaloy. How's it going, mate? Good to see you.
There's the gorgeous girlie, Alison. Hello, my sweetheart. Thank you so much.
Darling.
We had a great time at the gig this afternoon, right? We were all rocking out in the chat room. Thank you so much for being there as well this afternoon, sweetheart. It was great being amongst such like-minded people. It was lovely. It was absolutely lovely.
Reverend Hull, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being there at lunchtime as well, man. You're always there. Thank you, dude. Seriously, thank you.
Big time. Claire, my darling, another lovely lady. 2 lovely ladies in the chat room tonight so far. Mwah. Lovely to see you both. Claire, hope you've had a good week, my darling. Great to have you alongside with us.
Lee G, you're right, buddy. How you doing, man? Thanks for coming.
Nice, nice. Luke Kennedy, thank you so much for joining us and taking part in the Really Woke Show chat room. It's great to have you alongside us as well.
Jesse Ends, you're right, mate. Thanks for being there today as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Great to see you.
Real talk. And to Sean Becker. Hello, my darling. Thank you so much for joining us, sweetheart. Great to see you in the chat room.
Right, Jufe or Ufe, if it's Spanish. I don't know. But hey, how are you doing? Nice to meet you.
We got all the interactions as well, because everyone was on it when we were talking about can we hear, can we not hear, and that was great to have some feedback. Awesome for that. And the further in we go, we're going in, guys and gals. We are going in. I've got the chat room's just jumped. Let me just go right back up here. Hold on, hold on. We're taking a little while, but we do have some more people to get through. So
yeah,
I'm going down here because Brendan Street. Hello, my darling. Thank you so much for joining us. It will come up in a blue box if you scroll down, Rich. I've made sure we haven't missed anyone out in between that. I did scroll quite slowly.
Alfie Patchin, mate.
How did I miss Alfie?
You missed. I think it's Alfie. I don't know. We got crikey. We got loads in there.
No, wait.
It's difficult to keep track of it, isn't it?
Scroll all the way up, because go up to my blue box, and that's where we are. Scroll up the chat room.
Oh, that's where we are. The blue box.
Yeah.
So, oh crikey, I went down quite a way then.
Yeah.
So Luke Kennedy, we said hi to Luke.
Yeah, we said hi to Luke. Next one we have
Michael Allen. Hello, mate. Good to see you.
We're not having it this time. No one is left behind. We're getting through the whole chat room this time. We made a point of saying no. We're going to start and we're going to bring everybody in to begin with, because we want to familiarize ourselves with you as much as you guys want to familiarize yourselves with each other in the chat room as well. So yeah, shout out to you as well. And we have got Jessica. Hello again. Jessica. Another lovely lady.
I want to give you the biggest hug, man. I want to give you the biggest hug, seriously, because this is thanks to you. Thank you, darling.
It is.
Thanks to you and the other guys.
You and Zenith and
you Zenith.
Make a difference between because the thing is, I sent Rich donations off as well, so there's nearly €200 on his way to him, and it should be there any day now. But it's actually got to that point where Rich has run out of everything, and it's like, we couldn't get the donations quick enough. And Jessica, shout out to you, because you were pronto on it. It was you that mentally put me in that mindset of, no, can we try and get that money to him within the hour, please? Like, can we try and put our foot on it and get readies into his hands quickly as possible? And then Zenith jumped on it, Flatball jumped on it, and you got those readies within the hour, Rich. Let's not tell a lie. We handled it straight after the stream, and we didn't know actually how it was going to go. It was like, maybe they might have the cash tomorrow, so maybe still might. And then we were kind of like, not bummed out or anything, but we were like, surely we can get it. And then the message came through and you went, Rox, look. And there you were. You ran downstairs and you were actually back from the shop as quick as I was taking Kenny for a walk.
Yeah.
So actually, on a time factor, just so you know, Jessica, within 45 minutes of the stream ending, Rich had products in his hands from the shop.
Yeah.
So we stepped on it big time, and we got that to you ASAP. And thank you to the amazing Jackie as well, because without her facilitating it for Rich, we wouldn't have got it like that. So we love Jackie. We love Gordon. We love Team Jackie and Gordon. I'm Team Jackie and Gordon.
Yeah, man.
And if they didn't have a team before, they do now. Team of appreciation. I'm part of the appreciation membership club for Jackie and Gordon. Big love to them, because all of your help, Jessica and Zenith and Blackball, and all of my efforts would only have gone so far unless someone actually facilitated the end result. And so, that was awesome. Awesome. And here you are with your coffee. Go on, have a sip for us. Go
Yeah,
on, have a sip.
that's it.
Have a sip.
Tell you
Quick
what, there's a
slurp.
good coffee as well. It's the old Dolce Gusto. Espresso intenso.
You see,
It's a leche leche with condensed milk and milk. I know.
Yes,
I
you
shouldn't
like
drink
your
milk.
leche. You
I
like
know.
your leche.
Milk is bad. I know. But
Yeah.
what can I say?
What can one do? You're on a path. Underground. Hello, sweetheart. Lovely
You
to
missed
see you in the
Darwin.
chat room. I said hello to you, Arwin. Don't worry, I remember.
Oh, did we?
I know
Oh,
Arwin knows I
sorry,
said hello as well.
Arwin.
It's all good. It's all good.
And Underground.
And Londergram was in the gig this afternoon. Rich,
Yeah, man.
he was there. And we've got another gigger as well. Your turn now.
Where are we? Valley Parks. Yeah. Hey, man. How you doing, Valley? How you doing? Thanks for being there today. Who else?
Nice one, Stanley. Brilliant. Look forward to some info sharing in the chat room. We've also got your turn now, Rich.
Must be bloody place. William Beacle.
How
you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here, mate. Always here. Thank you very much.
Alfie.
Where is he? I don't know where Alfie is. Oh, we know where this Alfie is.
Alfie.
Alfie Patchin. I thought I'd give it pride of place here because it's not being used yet.
But, can you see Alfie? Look, it's sitting right beside him. It's his new friend. Hi, Double. Hi, your pal. What are you calling it?
Huh? What am I calling this?
Yeah.
Blue.
Just Bluey.
It's got the name on it, isn't it? Blue.
Shout out to Alfie for that.
Alfie cracks me up. He said, he wrote the 007 on the bottom. This 007 where we go. Said you actually don't want to know how much time it took me to do this, to do the sticker. He said OCD in full effect. Yeah. Getting the circle perfect, man. Hey, and Big Brother's currently getting his hair braided.
Wow.
Great.
Wow. It's lockdown braids. I like it.
We got to see that. I want to see a picture, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we will. We'll catch up on the Skype as well. We'll definitely do that. I need to find my blue box again because the chat room is jumping all over the place. We will get through the intro. I promise.
Here we are. Dawn.
Hello, my darling. Lovely to see you.
How you doing?
Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, you're right. Around me, we've had bunting up on all of the streets around me. Everyone's in their front gardens, their back gardens, barbecues, music, the whole 9 yards. I'll tell you, even though I wasn't kind of buying into what they're doing, I did like the community spirit of today. Everyone seemed to be talking and interacting, and it was a bit of a breath of fresh air. And it's like, you're right. It's nice to see that the malarkey, Miley Cyrus, or whatever you want to call it, had pretty much a day off today. As far as my local community was concerned, even you, Rich,
your next door neighbours were having a bloody
so were yours.
Party, weren't they?
So were yours. Thanks.
Well, to be fair, yeah, but they have a party every day. They always party on the roof, man. They always party on the roof next door. That's a standard thing. They always got their music blasting out.
Today. If you were thumping the tunes, shout yourself out because it was bank holiday. Rakia life, truth, no, something. Truth, no, something. I don't know if that was, you know what, everybody be having typos nowadays. So shout out to Rakia life. I'm not quite sure what that meant, but if you're still there, pop another comment in the chat room and we will get that back up on the screen and work out what's being said. And over to you, Double.
Charlotte and Paul, fantastic. Great to see you guys too. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for being patient and waiting for us.
Yeah, big time. Charlotte and Paul, fantastic. Massive love to you. And to Amanda Panda, another lovely girlie in the chat room.
Yeah, Amanda, how you doing?
We missed you all. We did. We really did. It was like a week that from right now, from last Thursday, feels like a year ago to me already.
And so much has happened, man.
Yeah.
Loads has happened. Jude, hey Jude. How you doing, babe?
Oh, go on, carry on. I'm joking.
I can't. Don't feel so sad. Take a sad song and make it better.
Vibes. I would, you know me. I would have carried on. And to D'Angelo, hello, my darling. Thank you so much for joining us. Really lovely to see some new names in the chat room.
Yeah, man. Kim Ray. Have we said hi to Kim Ray?
No.
I don't know. I don't recognise the name. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you very much for being here.
Big time. And Kicker Feist. Okay. I'm from Haarlem, Holland. Lovely to see you. Not seen your name in the chat room before, but thank you so much for taking the time to come in and join us.
System Failure. How you doing, man? I think System Failure was there today, earlier.
Yeah. Hello, my darling.
Thank you very much, man.
You. Long time no see. Hope everything's okay with you. I saw System Failure at Speaker's Corner. So yeah, lovely to see you. And I've seen Underground at Speaker's Corner as well. Next up
is Jose JG. How you doing, man? You can't see me.
We can. Sorry, that's my dog dreaming and barking in his dream. Eric, long time no see, my darling. Good to catch us on the way home from work. Travel safely, my darling. We're both doing good. We're glad to be back. We've missed all of you guys as well. And we do actually, despite this incredibly long intro, have a stacked show for you tonight. So we are going to whistle on through.
We do want to take the time just to say hi to everybody that's here, though, because you've waited for a week for us, and we appreciate it. We really appreciate it. Ninja Man. How you doing, man?
Darling. Great to see you. Great to see you. Where's Ninja Man in the chat room? Why can't I see him? Where? I'm looking.
Look for the blue box.
No, that's like.
Do you know what I think? Oh no, there's one.
It's there. Okay, we're near the bottom. We're near the bottom now. I'm trying to see if there's any Oxbow Spirit as well. Lovely to see you in the chat room. Thank you so much for joining us.
And he's in London. Love that. He's in London.
Oisin, lovely to see you. If that's the same Oisin, I think it is from Instagram. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching and being in the chat room. Great to see new names in the chat room. So yeah, sorry for the longest intro ever. That's like 20 odd minutes of us saying hi. Nice to be back. And other than saying hi to all of you in the chat room, and no shout outs for everybody. I'm just so sorry it took us so long to get that shout out done. Anyone that we've missed, honestly, please let us know if
we've missed something.
Jim Jones as well. Shout out to you as well. Jim Jones in the chat room as well. I'm just scanning again.
Cold Still Truth.
Cold Still Truth.
Hello.
Great to see everybody in the chat room. Thanks so much for joining us. So we've got a bit of a doozy for you this evening. Rich, a few bits and pieces have been happening over in Tenerife. You've seen some action on the coast. You've seen some action in the air. Is there any news on the horizon for you to be going back to the Colonial and doing gigs? Are you hearing anything?
Not for work.
Are you hearing any talk about?
There's not any news about work, but I'll tell you what there is, though. There is news that next week some bars are going to open again.
Really?
And the cafe is going to open again. Hopefully on Monday. I spoke to my mate today, and he said, "Yeah, hopefully." What is it he said? Hang on. Something about stage 1.
Stage 1.
Yeah. Yes, bro. And fingers crossed. If we go to phase 1 Monday, we are open. So. If Spain goes to phase 1 of getting back, I guess that's what that means.
Interesting. So this is going to be one to watch then, because really and truthfully, they talk a talk, don't they? They do talk a talk. Like the Prime Minister apparently is saying something in England on Monday. There's been we'll get to that later. It's just a hot mess. It's a hot mess. There's complicit media all over the place. We've had a few ideas which we're going to bring to light today. We're going to throw that into the chat room, like a bit of a Moab, and see the feedback. Shout out to all my Speakers Corners people in the chat room. Hold tight for this one later on in the show, because we've got an idea in the early workings, and you know us. I'm not going to keep things to ourselves until the final bit. We're going to bring you all in, because whether you're a troll or not, it's happening. So yeah, hold tight for that. That's going to be in the second half of tonight's show. And it's something that you can actually get involved in no matter where you live in the country, because guess what? They have one of these pretty much near everybody. Whether it's small or national or localized, they have one everywhere, and they're using them internationally to carry on with their madness. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, as I said, stay tuned to the second half, because we're going to bring you up to speed with that. And while I've been talking, I can see some more people in the chat room. Barbara Garland, hi, my darling. Lovely to see you. I can see you right there in front of me. And I can see Barbara Garland. Hi.
Oh, yes.
And I can see Kennedy Walker. Hello. And
good to see you.
Who else? I just saw someone else as well.
Cold Steel Truth.
Nope, gone. Never mind. I'll keep my eyes peeled. But yeah, of course we do. We've got an email for me and an email for 007. The email for me is operationrealness@yahoo.com. And the email for Rich is richardavery77@yahoo.com.
And
so they're both at Yahoo, both of them.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, giving out email addresses can end up with your entire inbox getting totally spammed.
Yeah.
So, you know, oh well.
It is.
They
what
keep
it is.
trying, don't they? They keep trying into the spam box.
There's what way? Is it going that way? Yeah, it's going that way. So there at the bottom of the screen, you'll see operationrealness@yahoo.com. Yeah. And I'll put Richard's up in a second. Okay, that's my one. And you will find that on the About section of Roxanne, the Globalist and I's channel. And yeah, that's been there forever. That email address has been there on that channel for the longest. Abimus, you say
Absolus Maximus, shout out from Northampton. Now get on with the show, my guys. All right, mate. Sorry, dude.
Yeah. We are like 27 minutes into the show now, Rich. So yeah, should we delve in?
Crack on.
Let's crack on. Okay, so do you remember last week we were showing you the hypotheses regarding Donald Trump's uncle? Do you remember? Rich?
I remember. Yes, I thought you were asking the chat room, but yeah, I certainly remember. I remember the Van de Graaff generator, and I remember.
And you remember John
Tesla,
Trump,
and I remember Donald Trump and John Trump. Yeah, John Trump, not Donald. Donald wasn't alive yet.
Good.
Or maybe he was just getting born.
Does everyone remember that we were talking about that JP Morgan shut down Wardenclyffe, and then they realized that Tesla's ultimate plan was free electricity, but we all know that JP Morgan only owned about 19% of that company. And then we asked everybody who owned the other 81%, and Noel jumped straight in and he went, Rothschilds. And we were like, yay! And then we went, why was Tesla really shut down? And you came in, Rich, and you were like, because obviously you can't put a meter on free, can you? Can't meter free. No. So then, as you said, we talked about the Van de Graaff. We talked about who was Van de Graaff's business partner. That business partner was John Trump.
John Trump.
That's right. And they formed the High Voltage Engineering Corporation, which was HVEC. Research that rabbit hole. I will just give that into the chat room for you right now. For people that are unaware of that, because a couple of people messaged me and went, I didn't know that. I was unaware of that. And I'm like, well, this is how we all grow, darlings. So there we go. In the chat room there is what we're talking about. They went on to develop this together, the High Voltage Engineering Corporation, HVEC. Now, Rich, if you want to jump into that rabbit hole subsequently, and then if you see anything that you want to bring up on the screen that you feel is relevance that will help people in the chat room dig more, then go for it, because it's almost like an episode, you know, when they go, here's a recap from the last show. It's like, we don't have one of those, so I'm going to have to manually recap, because a lot of people might be in the chat room going, wait, you're talking about last Thursday? Like, a lot of things have happened since last Thursday, Rox. You want us to remember?
I'll tell you what, last Thursday, do you think last Thursday's, is it still there, or have they taken it down?
No, it's still there.
It is still
there.
Can
I also give a big special shout out to Levan? I've just seen your message. Sorry, 19 minutes late. My phone just vibrated, and I looked over and I was like, oh my goodness. So Levant, thank you so much. Big hugs to you, my darling. Long time no speak. I hope your week has been a good week, and hopefully catch up with you soon. So yeah, no, I think it should still be there. But the thing is, we kind of came in and out and we were talking about different things, which is why it just took the whole show. Which is now starting to happen again because we've been going for about half an hour, and it's like,
yeah.
Okay,
we do digress a lot. Richie from Boston, isn't it? We Richie from Boston it all the time.
Alfie's like, huh? HVAC? What's good? So Rich, if you could dig on that while I kind of steam through with the recap, because I need you all to remember that we are just recapping, and if you have no idea what we're on about and you have got, let's say, a couple of hours loose, then please watch last Thursday's show, and that will bring you up to speed with what's going on now. So even if now doesn't make sense to you and you watch last week's show, the last show that we did, which was last Thursday, this will kind of merge it all together for you, if that makes sense. So I'm going to just jump straight back. Yeah, go.
What am I digging for?
The company that I just told you.
Right, HVAC,
yeah.
Sorry, mate.
This one, look, I've got it on the screen there for you. Yeah.
Sorry.
No worries. So it would help if I didn't lose where I was. Goodness. Okay, hold on. There's just a lot of information for me to put up. It's great. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Just having a little technical hitch here.
There we go. That's where it is.
Okay, so we have got the Van der Graaf at this point on there. Hold on. I just need to get the thread again. I will get there. Don't worry, guys.
Okay. Shall I put a link for this in the chat room? In the chat rooms.
Right, sorry, my darlings. I'm going to just scroll down and get to where I was again. Okay, so as we were at, we had the can't put a meter on free, right? And the High Voltage Engineering Corporation, HIVEC. This is where we kind of got to. HIVEC, I want you to really just kind of go over this again in your heads. What does everything we had talking about last week to do with John Trump? The whole ethos of what we were showing you last week about John Trump was that he was Van der Graaf's business partner, and that they formed that High Voltage Engineering Corporation, which is a rabbit hole that we've given you to jump down. The point that we're trying to make is this seems to be the very precursor to space farce. I know it sounds like we're getting a little bit of ahead of ourselves there with what we're talking about, but instead of us getting ahead of ourselves, let's be realistic and just get back to what we're talking about. Interesting side note here is that HVEC wasn't formed until after Tesla died in 1946, which is when HVEC was formed. I'm not talking about necessarily when Tesla died. Sorry if you misheard. Sorry if I said that. That was 1 year before the official beginning of the three-letter agency CIA in 1947. Am I coming through on another?
No, I just it was yeah. Sorry, I just put my tablet on with the show so I can see the chat.
Cool.
Separately.
No worries. It's cool. Just going back to where I was there. Okay, so yeah, that was it wasn't formed until after Tesla died, but it was 1 year before the official beginning of the three-letter agency, the CIA. So John, for decades, this is John Trump, John for decades would be approached by people of all sorts because he couldn't make megavolt beams of ions and electrons, i.e. death rays. Now, someone brought something to my attention, Rich, the other day about death rays. When we were doing this show last week, someone mentioned the curvature and death rays. They just can't go hand in hand because of the amount of mileage that this death ray was supposed to be able to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want everyone to bear mind to that as well. However, what did he do with it? So what did he do with all of the research that he did with regards to megavolt beams of ions and electrons, death rays, and the rest of it? What did he do with it?
Well, you asking me or are you asking the chat room?
You, the chat room, everyone. Give me some guesses. There's no real right or wrong answer for this. I just think it's kind of interesting to think about what he might have done, because there is talk about obviously cancer being engineered from the get-go and sterilizing sludge type of wondrous madness. But word on the street is that he didn't touch the weapon stuff. So if he personally, obviously we know most technology gets weaponized anyway, but if he didn't personally weaponize it and he was trying to use it for good, possibly.
Mm.
Go on.
I mean, honestly, I don't know what he did with it. No, I don't know what he did with that. With the research from Tesla and all the patents and everything that were taken out on all of the work that Tesla did. I think most of it got squirreled away into not covert. Well, yeah, I suppose covert, like under the radar development and stuff. And I think a lot of it they've kept it back, ready for ready for when the right time to release it, because it can't. They couldn't release any of that beforehand, thanks to Rothschild and
Do you remember
the
who that was?
investments that had already been made into the technology that they were basically trying to fleece everybody with, because you can't, like we said, you can't put a meter on free. And it was of no interest, no business interest to JP Morgan or Rothschild or anyone to further produce that technology. Yeah, exactly. Absimus, all the research. Well, it wasn't passed to John Trump. To be fair, Trump.
We can get to that, can't we?
Yeah,
because it's part of this.
We'll get to that. It wasn't passed to John Trump, but John came into possession of it. So, I think so.
So, do you remember that picture that I just showed you? Do you remember who that guy was?
I don't know if I saw that picture because I was looking at the chat room and stuff.
No worries. Howard Hughes. Do you remember? Let me. I'm gonna just do this real quick if it's okay with everybody. Hold on. I think it's worthwhile. It's only literally 52 seconds, but you can see how the propaganda was there before. I'm going to do the old way I used to screen share because... All right, share audio. Let's just see if this works. Chrome tab. With a bit of luck, you'll be able to hear this. I'm sharing the audio.
Howard Hughes, famous flyer and sportsman, was dragged out of this wreckage of an experimental plane he was testing. He was seriously injured. After ripping the corner from two homes in Beverly Hills, California, the plane finally plunged into this house. The force of the impact virtually wrecked the building and caused the plane to catch fire. The flyer said that the accident was due to motor failure shortly after his takeoff. He failed to make a crash landing on a golf course. Dennis O'Keefe, film actor, inspects damage done the home of Lieutenant Colonel Myers, chief interpreter at the Nuremberg war trials. America's aviation trailblazers willingly pay the price in man's conquest of the air.
Alrighty, with a bit of luck, I'm just trying to work out how to go back to the StreamYards now. Sorry, guys. Okay, so
Yeah, you got to go back into your thing and stop it.
Yeah,
It's the only
that's
thing
go-
about this now.
I'm
It's like
whoa. That was just a
remembering
little
that
bit
you've come out of the
confusing.
StreamYard to go and do that,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. So that was Howard Hughes' plane crash. And as I said before, this is where things get a little bit interesting. Some of the early white hat activities in this international spy game included other geniuses. Geniuses attract other geniuses. And sometimes those geniuses have lots of money and balls. Hughes knew. And that there was a news footage of his plane crash. You know, how do you go from the most eligible bachelor in the international community one day to the most notorious hermit the next? What happens, no matter your wealth and status, when you go against the cabal, that's what happens to you. You get ruined. When you go against the narrative, you get completely trailblazed like that.
Well, I mean, look at Tesla, man.
Yeah.
Look at what happened to Tesla. He's the best. He's the best example. The guy
I'm going to
died
put the link to
penniless.
that in the chat room for everybody as well, Rich, just in case anyone wants that news clipping. It's only 50 seconds long. But it's there for you nevertheless in the chat room right now. Just pop the link in there. Rich, this guy Hughes, he was like really cool, absolutely blessed. But unfortunately for Howard Hughes and us, he knew too much, Rich. Remember, Hughes was first and foremost a movie mogul, right? A playboy with extremely deep pockets. He'd collect aspiring debutantes by the dozen, have them shipped off for acting, singing, dancing lessons. He also spied on all of them as well. He also had female spies for competition. He was levels to this guy. And if you haven't looked into Howard Hughes and all of that aspect of him, that's something else that you can go and dig on as well, because the information's all there for the taking. He'd have them followed, tapped. He'd have their boyfriends pre-approved. Hughes was very, very envious. He was a really jealous man. And he wasn't really trying to train these young girls so much as he was trying to keep them for himself. As I said, he even had female spies for competition. So he was kind of ruthless at the same time. It was actually one of his female spies that he was horrified to find out that she had discovered the cult. Apparently, she'd gone to an event, the details of which made his stomach turn. Sacrifices in Hollywood and all of that, and thus become the highly irregular persona that we've now known to come. Enough on for Hughes now. I think we'll move on to the let's say the three-letter agencies. His future involvement with the CIA, Gloma, Explorer, RFK, and all CIA balloon satellites are worrisome. Did he know that the three-letter agencies were infiltrated via the cabal? I'm not sure. We'll see. Back to Tesla and Trump. So far, we need to keep this in mind. Tesla's papers are stored in government vaults for reasons of national security, apparently to this very day. But where? No right or wrong answer for this. There's some likely candidates, and that's really what I'm scraping for just now in the chat room. And you, give us some likely candidates of where you think that those documents and papers are stored to this day.
Because
there might be people in the chat room, Rich, that have gone down this rabbit hole already, and they might have their own research and their own thoughts about where that might be now, who may have possession of it. Because people have been talking to me about the £20 notes, and they're like, "Oh, there's 5G towers on the £20 notes," and I'm like, "Free energy? Maybe not 5G, maybe free energy, because it pretty much looks like a Tesla coil." Yeah. So I'm like, things that make us go, So yeah, CIA. I know that chat room is a little bit behind us, delayed wise. But while we're just waiting for this answer to come back in the chat room, I genuinely want to thank all of you for being here with us. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us this evening and interacting the way that you are in the chat room and answering other people's questions. I want it to be a safe environment for people to ask open-minded questions, because this is not a place for mundane conversations. So yeah, thank you. The Vatican, that's a good guess, Reverend Hull. Fort Knox, Maggie Ray said, interesting. And yeah, by the way, my phone seems to like, as soon as I hover over someone's name, it quickly brings up the timing out and banning thing, like it wants me to do it or something. So honestly, if anyone's having a slipper of the thumb or a finger or anything, just big hugs to you all in the chat room. Everyone handle everyone with care. And I'm sure if anyone's made a mistake or anything, it's all good. It's all love.
Just to the mods in the chat room.
Yeah.
We're just
under Mount Rushmore.
Maggie Ray, hey Maggie Ray,
Hello,
how you
my
doing?
darling.
I just see that hanging Rich, and then hugs and love back to you, straight back at you. Thank you. What was I going to say? Nathan Oakley, mate.
Hey Nathan.
Hello, buddy.
Hi darling. Hope all is good and well with you and the family.
Good to see you.
Big hugs to you, sweetheart.
So if cold
under
hard
Mount
truth,
Rushmore.
if just to say, if cold hard truth has been timed out, I don't know what's happened. I don't know why. Conspiracy cats, I think, timed them out. I don't know if it was an accident or what. But what I was going to say is just to all of the mods. We're only timing people out or booting people out if they're offensive.
Other than that, you're all good to be here, darling.
Other than that, everybody's good to come in. Everybody's good to chat. You're all good. It doesn't matter what anybody says, so long as it's not offensive, aggressive, just generally nasty. As long as it's not slagging anybody off or just being, rude, bad language, anything like that, then, bad language, anything like that, we time people out. And because we do want to keep the chat room nice and, we want to keep it as PG as possible, really.
Waving back to Nathan. Hi, darling. No, you didn't. No, it's all good. You lot do your thing in the chat room. It's all gravy. So we've had some really good guesses for where those things might be kept. I think Mount Rushmore's a really, really, really good guess. We've got some here, and I'm going to pop them into the chat room. And for those that are interested in kind of researching about this, I'm wondering if these might be good. What about those ones, Rich? Look on the screen.
Robert J. Oppenheimer Research Center. Oh, this is where it's gone to.
Research Center, Robert J. Oppenheimer, and how about the National Security Research Division?
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say the Army. I would imagine some. If we're still talking about Tesla's patents, his work. Yeah, I would have said that the Army has it's somehow got into the military-industrial complex because of, I think, 5G, and that the direct energy weapons have obviously come straight from Tesla, straight from Tesla's research. So
now this is the overlap. Hopefully some of you will remember this section as a landmark. I've tried to do this as a nice little overlap because I thought there's no point in me meeting them both of them like that, because I'm quite bad like that. If I watch a program and then it doesn't come on until the next week, I kind of need like a 15-minute overlap, if I'm being honest, or I've lost the thread of where something's going, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So if any of you remember last week, I told you to buckle up because this is where the hypotheses gets fun. Okay, and I've got some pictures to show you now. And I think, Rich, you might remember this from last week, and shout out to anyone if you do remember this. I'm just going to go through it now and share my screen. I don't think I need the audio, but I'm going to pop it there anywho. And share. Can you see that?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Do you know who these fellas are? There's someone that's apparently on the first car.
Yeah, I remember this.
Good. There's a couple of blokes in top hats. There's another bloke.
Oh, look who that is.
And then, an Edison battery.
Yeah.
Different from all others. The Edison Alkaline storage battery, being constructed of steel, it is the strongest and longest lived battery made, Rich.
The life on these things was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I know that car that was featured in that first picture was an electric car, wasn't it? Using that battery.
Yeah. Well, so we were talking about last week, right? The name of the game here seems to be energy. Okay. The original internal combustion engine was made to run on, chat room. Come on. I hope you're all awake. I hope everyone's not sat there like this on their phones, like not listening to what I'm saying. You, yes, you tuned in, you on the Texas, you all signed out. The original internal combustion engine was made to run on. I know you're all delayed in the chat room. Don't Google search it. Not you, Rich. Anyone.
No, I'm just replying to Conspiracy Cats. He's Skyped me. It's all right, mate. Don't worry. Don't worry.
So, as we said, the name of the game here is energy. And the original internal combustion engine was made to run on what?
And petrol.
Alcohol.
Oh, alcohol. Yeah.
Alcohol. That's it. I gave you like that one just in case anyone was in the chat room like this. Just, you know, when you're watching a live stream and you're just like on Instagram and you're like listening but not listening.
Yeah. You're not guilty of that ever.
Never.
Neither am
I never
I
do
don't
things
ever
like
do
that.
things like that. I don't ever sit there on my phone. I don't ever have like 3 devices with different things on, looking at all of them at the same time. That's ridiculous.
No one ever. Me. Edison's deep cycle alkaline battery was shelved by his creditors. Waste product in the oil refinery is gasoline. Who funded prohibition? Answers on a postcard, please.
Who funded it?
Who funded prohibition, my darlings? That's it. You got it. Sharing my screen again, my darlings. Hold on. Cancel. I need to get that off there. Chrome tab. There we go.
Was it a Rothschild?
Close. Begins with R. I'll highlight it there. Rockefellers.
Rockefellers. Yeah. Well, the Rockefellers owe all their wealth to the Rothschilds, so
yeah. Well, they're a cheeky lot. They're a cheeky lot. They're a pesky cheeky lot. So with that being said, as we said, the name of the game here is energy. Is any of this starting to make sense now? If we had the technology to run automobiles on batteries over 100 years ago, how many trillions would there be in lost gasoline, kerosene, and diesel cells? Rich, chat room, do you want to know how long the Edison battery lasts?
It's something like...
Chat room, guesses? Should we give everyone 3 guesses? Press 1 if you think this, and press 2 if you think that. Yeah? Okay, press 1 if you think it was 50 years, and press 2 if you think it was 100 years.
And I think I know the answer.
Yeah? So how long does the Edison... how long did the Edison battery last?
Actually, I won't put it in here.
A. Sorry, press 1 if you think it was 50 years, and press 2 if you think it was 100 years.
You got a 50-50 chance here, guys. Come on.
Good. It's a game of 2 halves, Rich. It's a game of 2 halves.
Game of 2 halves.
Can we do some little countdown music like? There is a bit of a delay though. It's like a 45-second delay, so there's only a few answers coming back in my chat room just now. And then
hang on.
Good. That's it. Good.
Are we ready? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Oh, that was crap, wasn't it?
Oh no, we want the proper like. What was it?
No, I don't have.
I don't remember what it was, but
I don't have the.
We just killed it with the sound effects there. Shout out to everyone in the chat room. I saw a lot of 2s in the chat room, so yeah. Shout out to all of you that put 2 in, because yeah, it pretty much was 100 years plus. The lead acid about 5 to 10 years. Again, I've got some interesting pictures to show you just now, so I'm going to share my screen again. I'm going to show you this.
Can we just, before we move on, can we just?
Yeah, please do. We're not moving on. We're there.
Go for it. No, yeah, you know what I mean. But can we? Let's just contemplate that, shall we?
Yeah. 1
car, 1 battery. Let's say that car, 1620 there.
Right.
With the batteries in it, how many batteries does that have in it? That has, I'm going to say that there's 2, 4, 6.
Let's have a little look. Hold
7, 14 batteries there. I'm going to say
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it looks like there's 3 rows. It looks like there's like 3 rows.
21 batteries, right? Each one of those batteries with a shelf life of 100 years. With a holding a charge for 100 years. Yeah. You've got 21 of those batteries in that car. So that car would feasibly still be running right now on the original batteries
That's not,
and the
bro.
original
That's actually
charge.
not.
Isn't it?
That's beyond. That's like that beggars belief. That does.
That
Literally.
little motor there would still be running now. Probably that might even still exist. And do you know what? It wouldn't
What about this
surprise
one?
me.
What about
It
this one?
really wouldn't surprise me if somebody like Rockefeller, or one of that lot has probably got one of these cars sat in his garage.
Catherine O'Connell, I've just seen your comment. I'm not sure what's
Catherine.
going on with the comments. No, darling, I've just seen it, but I've not seen anything from you up until now. So I'm not sure. Hold on. Water is the answer. Well done, darling. Up until that, if I've missed anyone, really sorry. I can see Kieran as well. Sorry to interrupt there. I can see Kieran and I can see Barry as well. And I can see O'Sheen. Thank you so much, Marie, as well.
Dennis,
We're going to come back
how you
into
doing,
the
man?
chat room. I'll tell you what we'll do. After we finish this thread here in a couple of minutes, we'll take a pause and we'll jump back into the chat room, give you a massive shout out, because I can see a lot of people in the chat room that I didn't see before, and I don't want anyone to think we've missed you. So yeah, big hugs to you all. Go for it, Rich.
Just looking at the chat room. Sorry, YouTube saying batteries are atrocious in cold weather. That's very true.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Do you reckon they
apply.
probably still had a lot of R&D to still do on this? I
Yeah,
think.
but the thing is, that's batteries now. The batteries that we use now are useless in cold weather. It's like do you know what? My car, right? I had a Vauxhall Cavalier. No, it wasn't. It was a Vauxhall Astra. And the battery went flat one day. I was having problems with the battery.
Yeah.
I'd discovered that if you put a dead battery on a radiator and you heat it up, it actually produces charge again. It has more charge again. So my car wouldn't start. I was living in Portugal. It was a blazing hot day. I'd just done a gig. In a beach bar called BJ's, and I went outside, got in the car, and the battery was flat. I was like, "Oh my god!" I didn't have any roadside assistance or anything like that. This bar was in the middle of nowhere, and the sun was still up, and I thought, "Oh gosh, I wonder." So I popped the hood, and I just sat there with the hood open and the sun beating down on the battery. And do you know what? It bloody started. I left it for about 20 minutes in the heat, and it started. It was a dead battery.
See?
It wouldn't start. Just a bit of heat, and it started. So that it definitely applies to batteries now. I wonder if it would have applied to batteries back then, to these batteries, to these Edison batteries, if they would have been as affected by cold weather or cold or hot weather.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And GB45 wanted to add into that. How long did the charge last? Well, I don't have any verification for how long specific batteries lasted. However, as you can see in this image right here, I don't know which way to point. I think it's that way. You see in this image right here. This image, it states this was a 1,000-mile endurance run, Bailey Electric New Edison storage battery. So this battery was able to run for 1,000 miles. I don't even see new Tesla vehicles being able to do that. So I'm not really quite sure what to say about all that. All we know is that what we're looking at really. And then with that being said, we've got this. What is the life of an Edison battery? And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy that, and I'm just going to stop sharing for a second, and I'm going to go here, Rich, if it's all right with you. I'm going to now send you that picture, and if you could zoom into it and read that out for us, possibly. Can you pop that into your pictures on one of your devices that you've got beside you? I've just Skyped you. If possible, that would be really lovely if you could do that. Yeah. I could, if you want.
No, that's all right.
Okay, because I'm going to pop it back up on everybody's screens, but I'm not sure you're actually going to be able to read it properly, guys and gals.
Yeah. So what is the life of an Edison battery? Okay. The question is being asked by a great many people. We are among the number. When Mr. Edison had developed the Edison storage battery to the point of being able to shoot a large amount of energy from a small package, he wanted to know what effect the projectiles of general neglect and downright abuse would have. So before he launched his modern dreadnought to shoot, he constructed several thousand protected cruisers to be shot at. When the Type E cells were first put out, Mr. Edison devised an exceedingly drastic endurance test to which he subjected them for the purpose of wearing them out as quickly as possible by legitimate hard work. This test consisted of charging at normal rate, then discharging at high rate to 1 volt per cell. The cells were then short-circuited and left standing, thus short-circuited until the beginning of the next 24-hour period. Some of the Type E cells he placed in the hands of outsiders to test in practice. This was about 6 years ago. Some of them are running today. All of them are not. That doesn't make sense. Some of them are running today. All of them are not. So he was dissatisfied. His armor had been penetrated. He stopped manufacturing, bought back at price charged originally all he could get users to give up, and gave up his experiments. Whoever wrote this article, really? One of the largest jewelry manufacturers in New York City equipped 21 of their delivery wagons with these Type E cell batteries and secured an average of 3.5 years of service from them before they fell to 65% of their original capacity. On a basis of 300 business days per annum, these cells received about 1,050 cycles of charge and discharge. It was found that after 120 cycles of these charges and discharges, the capacity of the cells had fallen to 65% of the original capacity. The test was continued until the capacity had dropped to 43%, but this part of the curve can be ignored. It is therefore apparent that 1,050 cycles of practical use is equivalent to 120 cycles of disabuse. When the Type A cells were perfected, Mr. Edison started some of them on this same test. He wanted to wear them out because he had, and still has, a multitude of simple processes for resuscitating Edison battery cells when they are all in. Wants to see which of his schemes is the best to choose. He is waiting.
Did you like that different little thing that I did there? I've got to take you out and put you back in again. Hold on. There we go. Now we're back on the right side. Yeah. We just. But what I did there was I was just seeing if I could get the picture there and you there and the banner there, and it pretty much worked well. So shout out to StreamYard again for that.
Shout out StreamYard, man.
So yeah, even if you didn't see that, Rich was reading what you were seeing on the screen there, because I know for some of you, you'd have been going, "Yeah, I'm not going to be able to read that. It's not happening." And yeah, we will jump into the chat room and give you all a shout out in a short second. We're just almost coming to the end of this little thread here. Got another picture to show everybody here. I'm just gonna. Am I there? There we go. Add to stream. Yay! There we go. There's the other picture. We've got this guy here. Can you see these batteries here on the side? Should I make it a bit bigger? Hold on. Can you see? It looks like I'm just trying to look in closer. It looks like there's another 3 behind, but I can't confirm that. And I don't know if there's more strapped to the other side either.
I think there probably are. I think there probably is. There are batteries strapped to the other side as well. I mean, personally, I would have done it for balance, not just aesthetically, but for balance on the car, because the batteries are going to weigh quite a bit. So it would make sense to put them to spread the weight because of the center of gravity of the motor. It would make sense to put them both sides because they're not at the back. When they're behind the seat, they're sat in the middle. so it's the weight's evenly distributed anyway.
Mm-hmm,
So if they're on the sides like that,
mm-hmm.
then it makes sense that they'd be either side. It could actually be that he's sat on them as well. They
Yeah,
could go
the
right
whole
underneath
thing.
him.
Do you know what? I
That
didn't
could be a
think of
whole
that.
seat.
Great point. Great point. Oh, don't worry, Maggie. Maggie, shout out to you. We are 1 sec double. Hold fire, bro. Hold fire, double. Don't do nothing.
Oh yeah. We know, man.
Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Yeah, hold on. I've got it on lock. If it's not one, it's for t'other. So when I do this, you can, we're just
here we go.
It's not Adam. It's not Adam.
No, I know it's not Adam.
It's our other broski. Let's go. It's our shirtless brother Noel over there in Malta. Why else be shirtless if you're in Malta?
Melting in Malta.
Nolting in Malta. It's the Nolting from Malta. Love the new shirt look tonight, bro. Why wear a shirt when you can be like, no, not wear one?
No, mate, we got to have words about this, man. We got to have words about this.
Not at all. It's Friday night. Shout out to the ladies in the chat room.
Hello.
You got to let it play out, guys.
I would sit here with my chest out, but you'd just all laugh.
Well, obviously I wouldn't.
Hey,
that would be wrong.
Hey.
That would be wrong. For some reason, this feels right. Hi, Noel. Hi. Friday night.
Hello.
How you doing? How's everything over in Malta? You've just jumped. We're still on the Tesla thread. What we were doing last Thursday. We still got a trunk load of things to go through, and we are trying to go through it. But I don't know if you've managed to catch up with any of it just before you jumped in. But we're not pretty much further forward. When we
just received my first notifications from you in a week, just now.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had Skypes, hadn't had anything. They all just came through just now. Boop, 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 boop. My tablet went nuts, and they all just went onto my.
To be fair, dude, this is the first stream in a week, so.
I haven't been live since Thursday, so you're here for
enough.
the inaugural stream, and it's at the end of this week. So we're just happy to be back. We've missed everyone. We've missed doing this as well.
No, you'll appreciate this, mate.
Oh, he's got a giant dildo. No, it's a blue.
It does look a bit naughty, doesn't it, with this on the top?
Yeah.
I'll put
naughty.
a pop shield, but
I mean, a little impractical size-wise, but unless you're sizing up for an elephant.
Well, you know, yeah, this I don't think that's big enough, actually, but yeah, I don't have the lead for it yet, but when the lead comes, this will be working. So yeah, like that.
Well, shout out to you, Noel. Shout out to you, Broski. Shout out to everyone in the chat room. I'm going to jump back in the chat room because there's loads of people in there that weren't in there the last time we were there. Michael Kilpatrick's still there. YouTube is there. Catherine O'Connell, my darling, thank you so much for being there. Jesse, Abamus as well. Lunderground, Stanley, Conspiracy Cats, Ton Lit, Steve Bailey as well. And then we've got Jim Jones and John Watson. And we've got Maggie Ray as well. Reverend Hull, the I 1984.
I ain't showing you my chest, Catherine.
Zenith as well, shout out to you. And I promise Ninja Man as well, and Astro King, and Jessica Lubin is still there as well.
Oh, look who it is, look.
Nathan Oakley is still there, and Miley Cyrus is in the chat room as well, and Mel Gig in the chat room, and Kennedy Walker is in the chat room, GFB45, and Corvin Isani A as well. Hopefully I didn't say that wrong. Shout out to you as well. Honestly, thank you so much to all of you that are taking the time to be here with us. We do really appreciate each and every one of you that are rolling through, shouting out on the email as well, and texts as well, letting me know that they're there too. Thank you so much. And we will be jumping back into that thread. Hey, bro, have you seen Noel's picture? Look. This guy.
Hey, oh no, I left it in the car. I've got a mask now. I've got a proper mask now.
Is that are you using it as a prop? Well, what for?
No,
What's the mask for?
they stepped up their game here in Malta, and they went really hard on it. They said if we see you in a shop without a mask, it's a €4,000 fine or 2 years in jail, whichever one. If you can't turn up with the £4,000, you get 2 years in jail automatic. So yeah,
ability to do something in half an hour. Like really, it took me 25 minutes to go through it in my head, but in real life, just seems to take weeks. So again, thank you. I know patience is a virtue, and my goodness, you guys in the chat room are patient. Again, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm just not yet. So I don't mind if anyone's doing banter, but just as so long as
I mean,
like
people accusing saying things
that.
like what I've just seen. That doesn't.
I can't. I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah, that doesn't fly
that's
with
not
us,
a problem.
man.
Obviously, yeah, we're not doing that either. So yeah, that's see, when you hear me saying we're not doing that either, that's about all you're going to get. That is literally all you're going to get. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're doing this. So we're doing this. Shout out to the chat room: Ronan the Voice, Luke Kennedy, Mind of God, Zenith ABC, Deadlock, Jonathan Hobbs, Catherine O'Connell, Michael Kilpatrick, Conspiracy Cats, Hasker's Son, Jesse Enns, Claire Emma as well, James Horland, Lunderground as well. Zulu One, it's been so long, brother. I hope everything's good with you and the family. It's really lovely to see you in the chat room. Much love and respect to you, darling. You as well. Great to see you in the chat room. The I-1864. I'm so sorry I said 1984. I don't know what's wrong with me. The last time I said your name, I said 1984. So I bet you were just sat there going, yeah, go on, Muller, a name that's really, really easy like that, Roxanne. You know, yeah, we'll just leave that there because I do get things wrong, but we're not going to, I'm just trying to get back into the thread and not bore everyone with my ability to use 1,000 words when I really don't need to. Fooled no more as well. Shout out to you, darling. Great to see you. Good and bad, yin and yang, dark to light, impossible to defend and absolutely impossible to ignore. Yeah, it's all about truth. So it is what it is. Kennedy Walker as well, John Watson, and Abimus, Maximus, Alison, Lunderground. Carry on in the chat room. It's great to see all the interactions and go back and forth. We're going to bring as much as we can into the what's that tune called? It's actually called the Really Woke Guest Introduction track. That one that we just played is called the Really Woke Guest Introduction track. It's pretty much exclusive to ours. And once my dad's finished his jingle, we're going to have quite a few jingles that are going to be exclusive to the Really Woke show. And after a bit of repetition, they're a little bit catchy. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if anyone can see this in the background, but we've got this coming soon. This is a good one. Again, I should just be talking about John Trump and Tesla, and look, we've got a whole host of people behind us there. I see Near, can't quite see Jesse there, but we could put it there so everyone can see it there. We'll keep it there, and we'll go back to because Noel's here now. Shout out Noli.
Hey, that's the picture I got on my channel.
Yeah. Well, Noel's in front of himself now, so we could probably put Noel there.
I think I'm over featured on this show anyway.
No, absolutely not, dude. You're the eye candy.
Yeah, you're the visual chewing gum, darling. Like you're there. You're more than just visual chewing gum. I'm sure many girls have said that to you in your lifetime. No, honestly, no, you're more than just visual chewing gum. There's more to you than just that. So we're gonna jump back in, and oh my goodness, as I said, like, we're just not doing that. Absolutely not doing that. So with that being said, we're going to jump back into the thread, okay, because we do have much more to talk about, and there was a little overlap, and I do want to kind of get on with it. Moving on, another thing for you to dig into was the exhibit for the where was it for? Let me just scan back. Where should I go? We did the 0 point energy, yeah, which I didn't really want to slow down on too much. We're talking about free energy. This is a huge jump from the globalist bankers tending to their greed and control. This is a paradigm shifting for all humanity. Properly utilized, nearly unlimited free energy can change everything. If we're to believe that Tesla demonstrated his device with his nephew in the car in 1934, it stands to reason that Tesla himself, a notorious promoter, would have said something about it. And boy, he did. A new source of energy in 1933, 1 year earlier. So now I'm going to just copy image and I'm going to pop that. Hold on, hopefully in here. If you guys just bear with me, I'm going to need your assistance again, bro, if that's possible. There's one image and I'm just going to give you the second one now. Obviously you don't need to read all of it, as I know that may be a bit laborious, and if you want help I will happily read some of it.
I love reading out loud. I was at school as well.
But just to give everyone a gist of what it is they're seeing on the screens, because obviously I will give the link for this at the end, but I do feel like it's conducive to kind of give everyone a gist of what's actually being said in said article. So if it's all right with you guys, again, I'm going to share the... No? Where did you go, bro?
No, it's gone.
No, it's all right. He'll be back. I'm not sure what happened there. Remove from stream. Add to stream. Boom. There we go. Okay, so Noel should come back in a second. But yeah, this is what I'm showing you guys on the screen. And this is for the... And there he is. There's Broski there. So this basically is what we were saying that Tesla himself is screaming about, a new source of energy in 1933, 1 year earlier. This is from the New York Herald Tribune
33.
on July 9th, 1933. A scientist at 77, Tesla predicts new source of power in year. Go for it, Rich.
Scientist, 77 tomorrow. I was born in 1977. To reveal the result of half a lifetime study soon. Cheap energy for all declares generators will run 500 years unrenewed. Dr.
Wow.
Nikola Tesla, who will be 77 years old tomorrow, looked back yesterday over a lifetime in which he had been variously called a madman and a wizard of electricity, and told of his plans for the tapping of a new source of energy so fast and so revolutionary in effect that he predicts he will be remembered for this alone. This problem he has worked on for 35 years, and within the next year he will be able to publish his findings, he says, with experimental data that will convince scientists and the lay public alike. What the nature of the new form of energy is, he would not say beyond that it was undreamed of, and that it was violently opposed to Einsteinian physics. That the sun has something to do with it, and the energy would be available anywhere over the Earth's surface with illimitable quantities. The primary cost of securing the energy will be high, the inventor said, but once the apparatus is installed, the cost of production will be negligible, and machines will last for 500 years.
You see, the mind boggles. To me, the mind absolutely boggles with this, because as they said, if he was the promoter that he said he was, then obviously he's going to shout something like this from the rooftops, isn't he? I know the other one's a little bit longer.
This other article.
Yeah.
This other article says he was 75. But it's basically stating the same thing. It's solves the cosmic puzzle. Tesla 75 predicts new power source. Scientist whose theory is based on 35 year study calls something energy illuminary. The calls something energy idea illuminary. This is hard to read because it's...
Yeah, thank you for trying though. I know it's quite small. Let me
Nikola
just show
Tesla,
everyone on the screen what it is you're actually trying to read for us, because as I said,
I've zoomed in and it's really blurry, but Nikola Tesla, the inventor, who will celebrate his 75th birthday on Friday, said in an interview yesterday that he would announce what he regards as by far the most important discovery. of
Thank
any
you.
he has made during his long career. It will throw light on many something phenomena of the something, he remarked, and may prove something of great industrial values, particularly in creating a new and virtually unlimited something. I've been wonderfully something, said Mr. Tesla, who looks much younger than his years.
You see?
In the evolution of new ideas and the thought that a number of them will be remembered by posterity makes me happy indeed. I'm confident that my rotating field and induction meter and the wireless system I have given to the world will live long after I have gone. Nevertheless, it seems to me something latest discoveries will be considered the most important. Oh, my latest discoveries will be considered the most important. I expect they will mark a distinct departure in science and will determine largely the direction of its future development. But they may also prove of great practical value, and in that event, an industrial revolution may be inaugurated. So far, I have succeeded in proving my theories by experiments, measurements, and calculations based on them, which I am confident will prove true. If so, then a new source of power available at any point of the globe, something amounts practically unlimited, will be something.
You gotta love it. You know the ones with the something.
Yeah. I'll just show you so you guys can see. It's
Hold on. I'm just gonna put you on the screen there.
It's extremely.
It's all right. I've got the next image up on the screen anyway, bro. So it's all good. It's all good.
I think that's enough, isn't it? That's quite a long article, and it basically is just reiterating what he said in the other. Well, not reiterating it. He's obviously, I don't know if he gave multiple interviews or if they all sat in a room with him and he talked to them all. But it was reported on by more than one.
Yes, yeah, it was. It very
more
much
than one
so
paper,
was.
wasn't it?
With that being said, in fact, Tesla produced no less than 13 patents: radiant energy from the ether and high frequency, aka 0-point energy. But then, right at the last minute, the patents stop. There is no patent from Tesla defining how it all pieces together. With that being said, we're going to move on to the next bit of the thread because I'm looking at the time and I can't believe how long it's taken me to just do this. Since this hypothesis is based on the idea that Tesla did, in fact, solve the 0-point energy problem, how do we reconcile that in the last 100 years? Nobody, to our public knowledge, has replicated, enhanced, or improved upon the scientific work. Well, the physics, right? So
certainly not for our benefit. Not for our benefit. They may have actually done.
They've harnessed it and weaponized it. Well, then that's another thing, right?
I think that's what's happened is they've taken it and they've perverted it.
Yeah,
they've perverted his research to their own ends.
That there is a real possibility. But what if free energy doesn't work with our current body of physics? What if our science is incomplete or even erroneous? Yeah, that erroneous. Some key piece of science would have to be missing, right? A big piece, a small piece, or how about?
I think it's very it's notable that Tesla says he states it in his interview that it will
definitely
basically destroy.
Gone backwards for real.
It will destroy Einsteinian science. Tesla himself thought that Einstein was a bit of a fraud. Let me see if I should have got something ready for that.
No, you should have.
I'm still getting used to this.
Good question, Abimus. I'm going to write that one down because I'm going to ask the guys at the end. Don't cheat, guys, and look. Hold on. Let me just write in.
Married his cousin.
Right. So with that being said, I want to say this. Is it a big piece? Is it a small piece? Or how about possibly the biggest piece of all? Definitely got a dilemma. What if the free energy doesn't work with our current body of physics, Rich? No. What if what we know is incomplete or even erroneous?
So, when asked for his opinion on the theories of contemporary Albert Einstein, Tesla gave a scathing analysis of the relativity theory, calling it a magnificent mathematical garb which fascinates, dazzles, and makes people blind to the underlying errors. The theory is like a beggar clothed in purple, whom ignorant people take for a king. That was 1935. His own theorem went unpublished, yet his inventions displayed a beautiful simplicity that reflected the natural order. My explanations of natural phenomena are not so involved as his. They are simpler and will throw light on many puzzling phenomena of the cosmos. When asked how it felt to be the smartest man alive, Einstein's reply was, "I don't know. You'll have to ask Tesla." So even Einstein,
as well.
Even Einstein admitted that Tesla was leaps and bounds ahead of him in his own research. So
shout out to Urban Gorilla as well. No, really good points. Urban Gorilla's in the chat room as well.
What up?
So Einstein's relativity work is, as a lot of people say, a magnificent mathematical garb with you know, well, I was going to say all the bells and whistles, but it dazzles and makes people blind to the underlying errors. Would you agree? Would you agree? Would you not agree? Do you want me to say that again?
Sorry, say it again.
Einstein's relativity work. You reckon there's major underlying errors that people are blind to?
Einstein's relativity, right? His theory of relativity has already been debunked.
I am trying to keep myself serious here. Sorry, I'm trying to be devil's advocate, Rich. Can you tell? I'm trying to not sway everybody too much. I'm trying to go through this impartially, Rich.
I'll tell you. Well, let's just mention something about Einstein's theory of relativity.
Go on.
He worked hard on that theory of relativity, but it wouldn't work. He couldn't get it to work, so he had to revise his theory. The way he made his theory work, he said, there is no ether. That's how he made his theory of relativity work in theory. Because with the ether, which does exist, it makes his theory bunk, basically. So he just said, there is no ether. Because he traveled out to space. He took a rocket and he flew out into space and he opened the window up and yep, there's no ether there. Yeah, okay. Right, Einstein. That's how he made his theory work.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't the only underlying error. But he tried it. When he tried it the first time, he was basically laughed at because it didn't work at all. And so he had to revise it and say, oh yeah, there's no ether. Ether doesn't exist.
So if you're all right, Rich, I'm going to change gear a little bit because we're at 11 o'clock.
Are we changing down? Are we going down to the third?
We're actually going to start overtaking what we're talking about. We're going to go into the next lane. Yeah. So I've gone on a bit of a tangent here, but I'm hoping that it will reveal more goodies. This might be more than just a coincidence. Tesla was funded by John Jacob Astor, the whatever, after JP Morgan killed Wardenclyffe. Now, do you remember last Thursday we went through the whole Wardenclyffe thing? Yeah? Okay. If you've missed that, go back to last Thursday and catch up with that. Anyway, this is the same John Jacob Astor that died on the Titanic, the same banker that opposed the Fed.
Yeah, he opposed the Fed, didn't he?
Yeah, it's all getting crazy sticky. Now, I don't be getting any strange ideas, right? But strange ideas like Astor was a secret good guy. I don't think he was, right? I feel that they were eugenicists, the most type of elites at their time. In fact, I feel the Astors were friends and long-time sponsors of the beauty George Bernard Shaw. Does anyone know who George Bernard Shaw is?
Do you know what? I know the name and I can't.
I'm going to show you who George. I'm just going to show you 39 seconds,
Oh.
literally nout, like nout, very long. I'm just going to make sure I'm on the right one. I'll tell you what, this StreamYards is all new age to me right about now. So I'm just going to remove that from the stream. Roxanne screen and share the screen again. Share the audio. Here we go. Chrome tab. Here we go. Share. Hopefully that'll be it. Good. So yeah, mute up and just hear the 39 seconds of this. This is this guy I'm talking about.
You must all know half a dozen people at least who are no use in this world, who are more trouble than they are worth. Just put them there and say, sir or madam, now will you be kind enough to justify your existence? If you can't justify your existence, if you're not pulling your weight in the social vote, if you're not producing as much as you consume, or perhaps a little more, then clearly we cannot use the big organization of our society for the purpose of keeping you alive, because your life does not benefit us and it can't be of very much use to yourself.
You're still muted, babe.
So yeah, you heard it there first. That wasn't very nice, I know, but it is what it is.
I'll be honest, that was very muffled to me. I caught some of what he said, but not all of it. But he was basically, it seemed to me that he was saying, if you don't produce,
yeah, basically,
if you're not of value to the country, if you're not of value to them,
links down there.
Socialism, basically.
Yeah, shout out Noel.
They were all eugenists pretty much back then, weren't they? I mean, it was a very popular line of thought, and it wasn't even taboo. They could talk about it quite publicly, and no one would really turn a blind eye to it.
I mean, when this guy Astor died, right? He obviously died. He passed away, and when he did pass away, he was Tesla's fourth patron, and the corresponding funds also died with him. Edison, Westinghouse, JP Morgan, Rothschild, Astor. The man who brought us AC electricity, radio, wireless electricity, etc., was suddenly unsponsored. Really? Are we supposed to buy that? The man who brought us AC electricity, radio, wireless electricity, and all of that was just suddenly like kaboof.
Yeah, no, you'd expect there to be a line of financial suitors.
Oh my goodness. Do you know what I mean? This is the basis of this whole hypothesis that we're going through. After countless business disappointments and the discovery of the cabal via his own experiences, Tesla realized that he was amongst monsters. Somewhere along the line, he must have realized that he needed to go solo or seek a secret sponsor. You know what I mean? This is a quote by Nikola Tesla. He says here, if your hate could be turned into electricity, it would light up the whole world. Yeah. It looks like he was driven into debt and reclusion. The media exposure was designed to crush this genius do-gooder. And boy, did they. Not just the headlines, but the copy using words like dreamer. You know, it appears that there was an international assault on his ideas, reputation, and his finances.
Basically, he was one of the first victims of real serious trolling, wasn't he? They trolled him.
Napoleon, I think, might have been one as well, which is interesting because he was a tool, but he wasn't even short, was he? Right, Napoleon. He was someone who had and there's obviously Hitler's ball, although I guess that's a bit after. I think they've been trolling forever. We just call it trolling now.
Yeah,
I've got some newspaper bits and pieces here. Hold on, look. If I shared screen, do that, Chrome tab, and there we go. Hopefully you'll see. No, can you see that? No money, wizard swamped by debts, he vows. Tesla's big tower to be sold for debt. Nikola Tesla failed to pay. Do you know what I mean? Just destroying his reputation. You know, that seems to be how it went.
Standard behaviour from that
true.
side, isn't it? Standard behaviour from these people.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people that are rumoured to have been involved in the bad guy side of the deep state cabal during and after World War II. That I think will leave for next week. Like Monday or something, we'll come back to this thread because this thread has pretty much taken over the whole stream today, and I didn't really want it to. What we're going to do now is we are definitely going to switch gears because we do have some other things to talk about. I'm looking actually as well for something here which is just not coming up yet. So once I see that link come up and they're live, I will pop but they're not live yet, so I'm going to keep rolling through.
I'm popping something in the private chat for you as well.
Coolio, thank you.
Tesla versus Superman.
Lovely.
That was a real thing.
Thank you, darling.
No worries.
Cool. Right, let me see if I can get to that. So what we're going to do is we're going to change gears a little bit. And me and Rich were looking at a few things, and I do have the community section of my channel to go through. I've tried to document all of the bits and pieces that have happened that are notable over the last 7 days. So if you haven't already familiarized yourself with my community section, Double O's community section, go ahead and do that. There are a lot of things going on internationally. Christopher Steele is going to get dragged through the mincer pretty quickly. The establishment looks like it's on very, 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 very thin ground over here. Can't speak for anyone else over the international plane. But the cabal, deep state, shadow people, their days are running out big time. I can't speak for everything all in one sentence. I'm going to try and methodically go through it as best as possible. But the circus is becoming more and more obvious by the day that your average muggle is pretty much realizing the shite show that's been going on. So if it's all right with you, Rich and Noel and the chat room, we're just going to play this for you. As random as this is going to look, as random as this is going to look, it's random, but it's not random because it's showing you the clown show that's going on. And some of you may already know what clown show we're talking about. And to those of you that haven't got a clue what we're talking about, we are going to home. I'm just trying to in pursuit of. There we go. Here we are. Right. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yeah.
Good. I'm going to full screen it, guys. And if you could mute, that'd be brill. And then I'm going to full screen this and just have a little watch of this. It's a good laugh.
I've sat here for over 3 hours and 15 minutes. I've told you I'll come back. I just don't believe we're sitting here negotiating when I come back. We'll follow up with your office. How long would you like me to come back for next time? I've told you I'll accommodate you. I appreciate that, and I appreciate your reminding us of the length of time other secretaries have been here. This is the new way. It's a new day. My colleagues might think it's okay. If you wish to leave, you may. You might think it's okay, but later that day, it's the new day. I don't think that's okay. If you wish to leave, you may. I would just say that you might think that's okay. The secretary has agreed to stay. I look forward to being back in May. I don't think that's okay. They did not treat the secretary of the Treasury this way. It's a new day. If this is the way, this is a new way. You're instructing me to stay. I don't think that's okay today. And I'll stay. We'll work on a date. And you said okay, and I have the gavel at this point. I don't understand what you're saying. I've sat here for over 3 hours and 15 minutes. It's a new chair. Can you clarify that for me? Yes, clarify. The new chair. Okay. And I have the gavel at this point. You wish to leave, you know. Please dismiss everybody. I believe you're supposed to take the gravel and hang it. That's Please do not instruct me as to how I am to conduct this committee. I have the gavel at this point. This committee is adjourned. Thank you, and I look forward to being back in May.
Oh, that's so good that I'm muted, man.
It's not okay. Understand. I have the gavel at this point. Don't tell me how to be me.
You're muted, babe.
This is a new chair. This is a new chair.
This is a new chair. This is a new day.
I've got the gavel at this point. Don't tell me how to chair this meeting.
If you want to have another giggle at that, I'm going to put the link in the chat room for you all for that. That is from Twitter. It was like one of your videos. I was like, did you make that, Rich? Did you actually make that? Yeah, shout out to that one. So I'm just going to remove that link now because I've got to reduce the... it's a shame Adam's not here, but the next one we're going to show you is a doctor with absolutely 0 Fs left to give, grabs the microphone and basically destroys the cabal and then nationwide Miley shutdown. So we're going to play that for you next, and then we're going to have a little chat about what this guy says, because obviously you've just seen the complicit idiots, and now we're going to show you the flip side of the coin. So if you will allow me to share my screen once again. Sorry for this. I will get better at doing this. Share. Hopefully you can see him. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to pop him full screen just so that everyone can see him well enough. And then I'm going to play.
What if quarantining the healthy doesn't actually save lives? What if wearing a mask in public is not effective? My name is Dr. Jeff Barkey, and I'm here representing thousands of physicians across the country whose voices are being silenced because we don't agree with the mainstream media and the experts who are telling us what to do. Never in the history of this great republic have we quarantined the healthy. Never in the history of this great republic have we told churchgoers that it's illegal for you to exercise your First Amendment right of freedom of religion. Yet at the same time, it's essential to keep pot dispensaries open. Never in the history of this country have we been told that you can't go to church because it's not essential, but you can go get an abortion because that's essential. Never before in our country have we let criminals out of jail, but we've told you you can't exercise your Second Amendment right and protect yourself by purchasing a firearm. When liquor stores are deemed essential, but your businesses are deemed non-essential, there's something wrong going on. This booklet, the Declaration of Independence in our U.S. Constitution, was never designed to restrain the people. It was designed to restrain the government.
Thoughts in the chat room. Panel, I'm going to put this out to you. Anyone is more than welcome to go first.
I mean, I want to comment on the Mind of God's comment. It's clear Earth is a prison. I've been to prison, and I could say that, yeah. Now, I mean, obviously, it's not quite as bad as prison. Prison, you lose all your liberty. You get back, and so if this was martial law, true proper quarantine martial law, where you can't leave your house, it would be more like prison. But yeah, I mean, it is basically for people who have done nothing wrong. Wake up, and we may as well be in prison right now. We may as well be in prison. I'm nervous every time I go out the door, even
what chance of getting let out if we're in prison?
But even if we're we're allowed to go out, we're allowed to go and walk the dog and whatever. But I know what the policy are like here in the Guardia Civil, and any excuse. They're power
But what
junkies.
if, and this brings me on to the next thing. What if, what if just the mainstream media has been for a very long time? It's been ingrained for a very long time, but it looks more and more via the day that instead of using the governments to control people, they're using the mainstream media to control people.
They're using people to control people.
I wish I had the actual link. I saw a small part of the press release today where Dominic Raab, and I know for a fact it was Dominic Raab that said it today. He got asked a direct question by the press and they quoted something that the government was supposed to have said. And I will get this clip for tomorrow. Watch this. The guy literally looked at the woman in the camera and he was like, but we didn't say that. He was like, I'd urge you to just listen to what we're saying. If the mainstream media have said something, don't take that as, and he was really, really straight up about, he didn't mince his words about it. You could see his body reaction and everything. He kind of went all stern and very, very serious, because we've seen this with America a lot of times where the complicit media will basically do what the trolls do on YouTube. They will construct these questions that are loaded, that are baseless, factless questions, and make it like it's the most relevant thing to be talking about. So yeah, that happened today. And I will have that clip tomorrow to show you from Dominic Raab. But he literally did it like a public health warning. Don't pay attention to what the mainstream media is quoting, because they don't know anything. We haven't told them anything. That's why we're doing these press releases. Unless we say it now, it's not a reality. And I don't mean a reality, you know what I'm saying, I'm woke. It's not a paradigm reality I'm talking about. It's like, I'm not sure how much the mainstream media have actually been utilized. I don't really know to what percentage there's any white hats within the mainstream media. But I tell you what, I'll sooner protest outside a mainstream media place than I would a government right now. Because the mainstream media are hurting the country more than the government. Look how much research we do on a daily basis, Rich. It's not the government that seems to be coming for people right now. It's the deep state cabal and mainstream media that seem to be causing the most havoc. I don't see a lockdown with the boats. I don't see a lockdown with the planes.
And what they're doing, Rox, is the mainstream media are sort of programming people, sheeple, to police each other. And to, we've got these tattletale hotlines, and it's
disgraceful. It is as close to Nazi Germany as I would ever like to see anything get. That's for sure.
And that makes sense, really, doesn't it? When you consider where these people come from, where their roots are, because their roots are all in the same place. And it's funny because it happens to be Nazi Germany.
Again, the amount of tentacles that can come off of this and rabbit holes that come off of this, I think we were reading today someone talking about conspiracy theories, right? And with the international shutdown, with everything coming to a halt, I don't think it's a case of if certain things are true. It's just when certain things are going to be disclosed. I think we've got all of the conspiracies in the pot now, haven't we? It's just a case of hearing which one it is that's done this. I really don't think anything majorly new is going to come through under the sun here. If they bring aliens into it, then I'm more going to be inclined to think it's extra land. You're not going to convince me it's another planet. It's not happening. It's really not happening.
It's right there in the name, isn't it, Rox? Extraterrestrials.
Yeah.
Extraterrestrials. They've been saying it to us.
Sorry if there's lag on Rich's. If he's not in sync just now, you're not in sync right now. You're moving and you're speaking at a different time. It's all right. I'm just letting the chat room know it's not like a pre-recording of you or anything. Carry on talking.
Yeah, it's
I forgot what you said. ET. I said extraterrestrials.
Extraterrestrials. Yeah. It's been there. It's been our whole lives. We've been told extraterrestrial, and it just. Oh yeah, because extra land in space.
You see,
they do like to rub it in our faces. They like to actually show us the truth and tell us lies.
Really, that's what's been ingrained for such a long time, and that's what brings me to my next thing that I said I'm going to talk about in the second half. And we've got about 10 minutes left before the 2-hour mark, so I feel like now is quite a good time to talk about this. I'm in the early stages of planning with a few people about putting a kind of national campaign together, an international one actually. If you want to get involved from other countries, reach out to us. Our emails are in the description. But we need to tell the enemy of the people off. We need to tell them off. They've been complicit for a long time. We've got them banged to rights over a lot of things that have caused international havoc recently and in the past. Okay, you know as well as I know that they're complicit. You know as well as I know that they are liars. Straight up liars. So with that being said, I'm going to show you something now. With a bit of luck, it will come up. Just give me 1 second to grab it. If you just bear with me. I'll get there in a second. Right, I'll come back to you guys. So you've all seen the videos where they're rolling out the narrative, and one news reporter is saying the same thing as the next reporter, and then they overlap, and then they overlap, and then they overlap. And before you know it, you've got 100 people on your screen all saying the same thing. The mainstream media are complicit on an international scale. It doesn't matter if it's a national, an international, or a local news agency. They are giving you a narrative. They are not there to help people. They're there to help separate and divide the nation. And, you know, look into MK Ultra, look into Operation Mockingbird. If you haven't looked up those two things, familiarize yourself with that and understand that it's a systemic problem that's been ingrained for a very, very long time. But we're starting to see the masses coming to terms with the fact that the mainstream media are pretty much the new age conspiracy theorists. I heard it at the shop the other day. 2 girls were talking in the queue outside the shop, and the girl was spouting off something that BBC News had said, and the girl went, "Oh, not going to believe them, are you?" And they really didn't look like the girls that would have been saying stuff like that. So I took that as a thing. I've spoken to other people that have said they've heard the same kind of gist amongst people. So I really do feel that this is a nice segue into red pilling people about other things and getting them into the room to have the conversation. So I, for one, I'm going to take it upon myself to go to probably one of the mainstream news broadcasters in London and stage a peaceful protest outside and tell the general public how fake their, you know, reporting has been. We've reported it here ourselves. We've shone a light on it and had our stuff flagged and taken down as a result of doing that. I feel that, you know, to get to one, I've got to go through another. So to go to Sky News, I'm going to have to drive through White City and go past BBC. So BBC and Sky News, for one, are getting it. They're getting it. I'm going to come outside there and I'm going to make up as much noise as I can on social media and show you up for who you are, you complicit liars. Lying to people in their homes. You're just on their televisions, just brainwashing the masses into still believing the complicit
I've thought about this. I've given this some thought. Right?
They make me want to throw up. I've tried to watch them today, and within 30 seconds, I couldn't handle it.
I know, but how many? Right?
I can't handle it.
How many of them do you think are even like they're programmed themselves? It's almost like they've all been brainwashed.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't think they know.
They don't. Yeah, I don't think they're knowingly doing it. They're just doing it.
They believe what they're told to say is told to them by an authority figure who is not necessarily honest, but the only one worth listening to. Because you see them when they get questioned, they look so confused. They're like, no. I've never really seen them look guilty or, you know, any of the things you'd normally associate with a liar when confronted.
Precisely. Yeah, exactly, vagabonds. Bring the media down in their own lies. We've got enough evidence. I've got a printer. I don't actually need big banners. I've got a mini megaphone, and I've got social media, and I've got the ability to live stream. And I think that's an essential journey. I deem that as essential. And if I get slapped on the wrist for doing it, well, oh well, that's, you know, that's that. But I'm still going to do it.
You say it's essential, not for you.
For me.
It's essential for us. It's essential for the people.
Yeah.
It's essential for the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's high time that we, the people that have seen it for what it is, we need to inform our brothers and sisters that the game's up on them. The game's up. Like, the game's up. They're done. They are done for. The news is dead. You are what matters now. You, that's right, you in the chat room, you watching on a replay, you are what matters now, because it's not even about RIP to the news. No RIP to them. They're just dead, done. They are done. We are what matters now, all of us. We need to handle it with care as well, because this great awakening is a force of nature. It's not going to be stopped. It's just not going to be stopped. Whether you think that doctor that was popping off there and bringing down the MSM and their nation international wide Miley Cyrus shutdown malarkey, you can say he was an actor, but he was spitting facts regardless. He was spitting facts regardless. That, to me, seeing that doctor stand there and say that out loud on a microphone lets me know the great awakening is happening. There is a doctor like Adam, like the rest of them, that are saying the mainstream media is not being entirely honest with you here, guys. Really, they're not. Here's why, blah, blah, blah. And here's why again. Here's another reason why. Here, let me show you some supporting evidence for that. Let's show you some Hi Roxy. We know how much we've spoken about Hi Roxy. We've spoken about Hi Roxy all over the place. This is really another thing that I wanted to bring to everybody's attention about the mainstream media. Hopefully it will still be there, and it is brilliant. So if you're going to be all right with me doing this, I'm just going to go back to StreamYard.
I just want to say, Rox, just quickly before you move on, I just want to say that, I mean, I'm just scrolling down here, and I'm looking because I'm trying to find a particular doctor, and I think maybe they've taken him down. He's the ex-army doctor. Basically, that doctor is not the only doctor to be calling this out.
No, he's not. Oh my goodness, no, you're right.
Absolutely not the only doctor to be calling this out. There are, I mean, there's probably hundreds. We just don't get to see it because they're getting censored or whatever.
Okay, I'm just going to grab this up on this.
I've definitely seen at least 5 doctor videos go viral and then vanish within a couple days.
Yeah.
I mean, not entirely vanished. People had ripped them, and people have been sharing them on TikTok and on Instagram and what have you, re-uploading them, resharing them. But the original YouTube ones disappeared real quick. Like if they were hitting more than about 50,000 plays in a day, and I guess the content didn't agree with the WHO narrative, then they're just gone.
Hold on, sorry. It's the StreamYard's not doing what I want it to do. Sorry, darlings. With what we're saying about... Oh, crikey, where's it gone? There it is. Okay, so with what we're saying about the mainstream media, this is from a thread from Doc Rock 1007. Social media yesterday versus today versus tomorrow. Win by any means necessary. And this is something that if you haven't seen this before, just another, we've shown you it on YouTube, we've shown you it on Instagram, we're showing you it on Twitter, but this is the Great Awakening. Free speech on social media contradicting the mainstream media is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan.
I'm proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about irresponsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these things simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
As you can see,
what a joke, man.
Yeah, it's the same stuff different day, yeah, but a lot more people are coming to this truth now, this most important truth, that they've been lied to in the worst way by all of these institutions, which is why we matter now, which is why I'm saying the news is dead. It died this week. The news died a disgusting death, and ever since they've been trying to sweep it under the carpet, and they're continuing to do so as we stream this stream to you right now. They're continuing to do that. So with that said, the only thing I've really got to work out how to do this with StreamYard, because they're not letting me do the way I want it to do. But this is worth remembering, like genuinely worth remembering. The reason I'm bringing this to your attention is because this is a rare truth being caught on camera here. And for that reason, I'm showing it to you. 17 seconds. I'm going to put the link for this in the chat room as well, because when you get it on your own device, you won't have the lag that you're experiencing through StreamYards just now. But yeah, her lips really do look like they're saying all this for a damn flag. And then he does the nod of disapproval. It's slowed down. I'm going to just copy this. I'm going to paste it into the chat room for you all.
Anytime I see either of them, I just...
Yeah, it's sad but true. It is sad but true, unfortunately. With that being said, we've got... There's so many things. Russia is now using HCQ to treat malarkey. Source of HCQ, China. China using HCQ to treat COVID-19. The more you know. I'm just going to give you the Moscow Times in the chat room there. I'm kind of breezing through this now because I know I'm taking so long to get it done. So with that being said, here we go. Link in the chat room. Paste. And please take that link and have a look at that in your own time. Because what that basically states is Russia has approved the malaria drug to treat coronavirus. The Russian government has authorized hospitals to treat coronavirus patients with the untested malaria drug using hydroxy, which studies have linked to, obviously, to cures and stuff like that. Thursday's decree instructs Russia's National Medical Cardiology Research Center to distribute 68,000 packs of hydroxy donated by a pharmaceutical company to hospitals across Russia for free. For free? Wow, you heard it, for free. So take that link, run with that in the chat room, get yourselves familiar with that, because it is happening. It is happening, and it's not about a vaccine. It's just not. It's really not. Also, Christopher Steele and the rest of them. Yeah, we've got that tomorrow. So shout out to the people that are messaging me about that. We've been going for 2 hours, and it's now.
And we haven't taken a break.
Yeah, we haven't even taken a break. We haven't had time to take a break. So all we have kind of time to do now is to wrap up and to give all of you guys in the chat room a massive shout out and come back tomorrow, same time, same place, 9:30 p.m. for Saturday's edition of the Really Woke Show Live. So before we wrap up, because it's immense. I'm going to take these last 6 tabs and the rest of John Trump and Tesla and pop that onto tomorrow, and we'll carry that on tomorrow. And if you didn't see the first bit of that, go to Thursday's stream from last week and catch up with it from there. Yeah? Are you all right? Do you want to say anything before we wrap up?
No, I think we should just give our chat room a shout out.
Yeah? We can do that. Do you want to jump in first?
Before we go? Just a quick...
You want to say
quick
anything?
little shout out?
Nothing of importance. I mean, obviously, most of us haven't really spoke to anyone or each other in a week. A lot of weird little things have been happening. Obviously, YouTube have stepped up their game to an almost suicidal level, and by that I mean I don't think they will survive it because of the amount of people realizing that they are not valid. They don't share things that you're interested in with you anymore. They're actively keeping information that would normally interest you away from yourself. Anything that goes up and appears to go in any way organically viral is instantly removed, which basically kills all of that virality nonsense that they talk about, because it just means that it's all controlled. And yeah, people are seeing through it because when you go and endorse a group like the WHO, who royally shit the bed in the past 3 months, you really show that you have nothing
for you. I mean, it's not even like they're even just out for money. There's something else going on, and it's so transparent now. Yeah, the world is kind of waking up. I have no idea what the replacement platform will be, or even if there is one. I don't know how dark things are going to get after this. I kind of feel like things are getting lighter, but all of these people look to be playing their final hands. And if any of them do have a death move, they may play it pretty soon.
I'm with you on that one. This is going to be one to watch over the next few days. As I said, we'll keep doing this so long as we're able to come on this platform and do this. We are thinking about diversifying a little bit and maybe doing some live streams on Instagram. So you might be able to get some extra content from the Really Woke Show, as we may start live streaming other bits that we're doing around this show on there as well. So make sure you subscribe to us on Instagram.
Have you guys been talking about contact tracing at all?
That, do you know what? That's tabs for tomorrow. I took too long.
Okay, everyone should go and have a look into contact tracing, because they're pushing it worldwide. They are openly stating all they need is about 60% of people to take up. One comment Marley's mother said today is, well, they don't seem to be bothering about it here. And I was like, yeah, I've noticed that, but I can't help but think with such an incredibly small population, why would they bother spooking us by pushing it? The places you need to push that are China, Russia, India, America. You know, because that's how you get your 60%. And once you got your 60%, you start forcing it mandatorily. You know, okay, well, the majority of people are on it, therefore we want everyone on it.
And I can't help but feel for sure.
That feels like it's just getting us to approve them doing what they've always been doing illegally, secretly behind the scenes. But now it's enabling them to do it legally. So, you know, they use the fear to make us go, oh, yeah, we want to trace all the contact. But remember right at the beginning, I was saying, why aren't they giving us the names of people who are infected? Probably this was one of the end games, right? They wanted to have an excuse to bring out this tech. We know this tech exists. We wanted to have an excuse for them to employ this as a mandatory thing that everyone is accustomed to. So that
to roll it out.
The new normal. That's what I think their new normal is. This,
I mean, I've heard
think of the power that gives them.
I've heard people saying, or it's the press saying that, you know, that this whole mask thing is going to be the new normal. Everybody wearing masks is going to be the new normal. I mean, Rox, you're muted, babe.
Said that on the comment section. P.S. That's a scam. That Maury said that test determined that was a lie. That was just.
Oh yeah, that by the way, that kudos to that Tanzanian, wasn't it? Tanzanian leader who got some tests on some motor oil, a fruit, a donkey.
Yeah, God.
And they're all coming back positive.
The poor tests positive for coronavirus.
Talking about this guy. Where is he? I can't
remember his name, but he is one. He is my hero.
My guy.
He is my new spirit animal alongside Mel Gibson.
Yeah, sometimes we just can't tell the public the truth. We must show them. And here we can see that this guy, I put the link there for everybody as well. Do you like that? Do you like how I'm good like that, guys? Can you still see this? Or are you still on Roxanne?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm not looking for his small light aircraft to go down, but I really reckon he's a G.
You've got to love that. As I said, look in the community section, because we've got bits and pieces there over the last week. I'm so glad, Noel, that you brought that up, because I've just been able to show, look, go into the community section and all of these links are there, you know, they're there. Everything that's pretty much happened over the last 7 days is in my community section. Anything relevant.
That's the thing. We might not have been live for the last week, but that doesn't mean that things haven't been happening. And if you go and check Roxanne's community section, and I've tried to keep up and copy them all into my community section. I know that I think I've missed the last day or two's worth, because Roxanne is so prolific with it. But she, every single day, you go and have a look at her community section, and you will see what we would have been going live with during the week.
Look, we said there, hashtag ditch the mask, hashtag end the shutdown. P.S. The masks are a scam. Will you follow the narrative? Upcoming false flags: murder hornets, alien invasion, killer tomatoes, asteroids, Stay Puft, Marshmallow Man, Bigfoot, eyes open.
I mean, let's just mention for a second why masks are a scam. Masks are a scam because they're designed for doctors and surgeons and such like to not when they're operating you, or when they're working with you, it's not so that they don't get infected with anything. It's so that they don't infect you with anything. It's so that you don't catch or get any bacteria or infection from them. That's why they wear the mask. And like in Japan, they wear the mask it's a courtesy to not infect other people. It's not about protecting themselves. In Japan, they don't wear masks to protect themselves.
I'll go to that.
They wear masks to protect other people.
I'll do that. That sounds like my kind of thing. I'll go and see what's going on. Go on, Rich.
Can we just mention the fact? What was it we were looking at, Rox? Was it a video we were watching?
Go on.
Yesterday, I think it was, where they were saying, or no, it was. I think it was something that I was watching. They were looking at the deaths. The deaths in America.
Yeah.
The population. I'll tell you who it was. I just remembered who it was. It's Luke Rudowski, right? On We Are Change.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Luke. Shout out We Are Change. He put up a meme, I think it was today or yesterday, stating it had America population. It had it wrong. It had a population of 8 million, but that's the population of New York City. Population of New York is actually around 20 million, and it's had something like 16 million deaths. Japan has a population of 42 million or something. Do you know how many people have died in Japan from the coronavirus?
How many are they reporting have died?
Less than 200.
I'm skeptical about numbers. I am.
Yeah, but no. See, well, personally, I think that Japan has been reporting truthfully, or certainly more truthfully, whereas America has been hyping the numbers. All the each state has been hyping up their numbers because of the funding that they get from the government. If they've got more deaths, the more people die, the more money you get. Basically, the more money the state.
Japan are very well known for lowballing. You know that they have a zero crime rate, and they have had for years because they lowball on almost everything.
Well, yeah, and we know that China lowballed massively as well, didn't they? But still, I mean,
there shouldn't be any discrepancy if everyone was telling the truth, right? There should be, unless it's a genetic factor, perhaps. But it should be. You should be seeing similar rates of infection, similar rates of death. And
if it was a true pandemic,
if it was a true pandemic,
yeah,
not a plandemic or a scandemic or whatever acronym we malarkey.
I'm hoping I can get it for you. I'm hoping I can get it for you because it was all over the place. Project Veritas. We need to shine a light on that before the end of today's stream.
Shout out Project Veritas.
Yeah, so I'm just going to show you this now and show you how the mainstream media are complicit. Shout out to everyone that's going Speaker's Corner on the 16th. I'm going to try and pass through.
Was that the one with the coroners?
I think so. I think so. I'm just going to see if I can put it here.
I shared that one.
See you later, Conspiracy Cats, mate. Thank you very much, dude.
Take care, darling. Thank you for joining us, sweetheart. Okay, with a bit of
I just want to say just quickly to all the people that have been saying, oh God, we gave a baller a wrench. Conspiracy Cats is an absolutely solid guy. Really, really solid guy. I've got a lot of time for that man. And yeah, he's got a wrench.
Awesome. Awesome. Take care.
And he's going to keep it as well.
This is literally just over 10 minutes long. So I'll jump into this right now and get it played.
You're telling me you're 100% certain that CBS News Corporation, National, staged a fake event. They faked the news. They faked the reality and broadcasted that to all of their audience last Friday on CBS This Morning.
100%, absolutely.
And apparently, the news crew wanted more people in the line because they knew it was scheduled.
Well, we knew they were coming. We had no clue that we were going to have to, like, do fake patients.
Gotcha. And did she tell you guys, like, hey, you're not actually getting tested?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, just to make it look busy for the news because they were right there.
That's crazy. Well, I didn't see you guys do the swab at all. I just saw you talking with them. And then I was talking with the other girl.
There were a couple real patients, which made it worse. They probably just wanted it to look busy. Is my guess.
I'm James O'Keefe, standing outside CBS News corporate headquarters in Midtown Manhattan in New York City. An insider has come to us from a Grand Rapids medical center, and they claim that CBS News created a fake COVID testing line, taking away doctors and medical personnel away from treating patients just to create a fake staged event for CBS News and their national morning show. This is an explosive story involving an insider who recorded things from his colleagues. Check this out. So when this event occurred, where did you work?
I worked at Cherry Health.
Cherry Health is?
It's a medical facility. It's Cherry Health Heart of the City is the full name of it. And when I came into work that day, the news crew was there. I was kind of asking around what happened. And they were just letting me know that there's news there for the testing.
What did you see happen that that you're claiming is fake news about this?
Well, when I was over there and the line was coming through, a lot of them were just kind of driving up, not really getting tested at all. They were just talking with the testers. So I was asking what's going on with the tests, and then that's when they told me that majority of the line is from employees at Cherry Health. So yeah,
the people in the line were not people being tested, but they were employees pretending to be patients?
Correct. Yep.
Why would they do that?
I think it's a little bit of a benefit for both parties. I do know Cherry Health is struggling a little bit financially. They're a nonprofit, so they get a lot of their money from donors or grants. So it just makes them look productive. And then on the side of the news, they want to make the line appear bigger than it is, just for their reporting purposes, to show that this is a big deal, that people are getting tested in massive numbers.
So we do have enough testing kits, but we're really short on gowns. We're also short on N95 masks. We cannot expand further without any additional personal protective equipment.
They also can't expand testing because of recent staffing cuts.
Cherry Health has laid off about 25% of our staff.
Wow. And at a time like this.
Exactly.
The governor says she may further open the economy region by region if the data shows it's safe. Now, putting Michigan back to work won't make up for the roughly $3 billion the state estimates it'll lose because of the pandemic.
It always seems to go back to the testing. Thank you very much. That was Adriana Diaz reporting.
So they were almost staging a fake news event. Is that what you're telling me?
Correct. Yes.
Now, the segment aired on CBS News this morning with host Gayle King, a nationally distributed broadcast seen by millions of people every morning. King says is just one of many on COVID testing.
Only 6 states have reported more cases than Michigan, but fewer than 2% of its people have been tested for the virus. In our series on the state of coronavirus testing, Adriana Diaz shows how Michigan is trying to improve a system that has failed some of its people.
But the governor says testing above all else will help determine when to fully reopen.
And apparently the news crew wanted more people in the line because they knew it was scheduled.
So when did you find out on Monday that it wasn't real people, or not real people, but that it was employees?
That long ass line that we had.
Yeah.
And then when I went to go grab the bag with the test tube in it, that's when they told me. And I was like, figures, because we see the schedule ahead.
Oh, so no one told you like in advance? It was just kind of like. You were just like, why is this line so long?
Yeah, so she's looking for volunteers to go out and just.
So as you can see, Project Veritas has gone out there and they've kind of made sure that they're getting people to be brave and to, you know, speak up when it matters. And that is pretty much what you're seeing there. What did you make of that, Rich?
I'll tell you what, right? I'm absolutely disgusted with the staff that took part in it. Because who the heck do they think they are? Why didn't they? Well, obviously they had something to gain from it. The employees just went along, just did what they were told, like sheeple. Obviously,
yeah.
It you know, times like this, people are going to be worried about their jobs and stuff. So maybe they agreed to do it because they thought, well, God, I've got to do it. My boss has told me, you know, to do it or whatever. Or maybe, I don't know. But they knew that they were lying. They knew it was fake. They knew they were faking it. And yet they went ahead and did it. It's despicable. Absolutely disgusting behavior from people.
It is. Guys, can you see that link down there? I've popped NOEL Media's link. I got a notification literally 10 minutes ago to say that they're live. So after we wrap up, jump on over there and go on to have NOEL Media. I've got one more video to play for you tonight, and it kind of wraps up what we just showed you. One video that's 2 minutes long, and then I'm going to jump to another video that's 1 minute long, and then we're going to jump into the chat room, give you a last shout out, and say goodnight and see you at the same time tomorrow. Is that right, guys? Can I just pop this on?
Yep.
Yeah. With a bit of luck, you will see this now. Alrighty.
Now to a brand new Project Veritas investigation, James O'Keefe organization, and what we're about to show you, we'll let you decide for yourself. According to investigators, and you can hear the interviews, CBS segment featuring a Michigan healthcare facility, Grand Rapids, appeared to stage long lines at a coronavirus testing site. They wanted it to be worse than it really is. Take a look.
The CBS News Corporation, national, staged a fake event. They faked the news. They faked the reality and broadcasted that to all of their audience last Friday on CBS This Morning.
100%, absolutely.
And apparently, the news crew wanted more people in the line because they knew it was.
Yeah, and then the story they gave Project Veritas, turned out to be false. They took him out of the hospital. Forget Hannity.com. We got a great Mother's Day gift for you. Let not your heart be troubled. Laura.
Well, why would people need to push panic? We are in the middle of a pandemic. So I think people have kind of seen it. They know the tragedies. They understand the cost and the damages. It's bad. I don't think they need to make it any more bad for America. Laura, I think we get it.
The interviews they did with hospital workers.
I saw
it. Yeah, I mean, literally, they're saying they were taken away from their jobs to go be in the line so they could have a better stage a fake news shot.
Yep. So they could have a better fake news shot. Are you hearing that? Do you hear what he's saying there, guys? Do you hear what is being said there? Better fake. News
let's look at it as it really is. That they weren't being taken away from their jobs, were they? They were taken.
They were being removed from the wards and their stations that they were at. They were being removed. Yeah.
But all they were doing at their stations was choreographing bloody dance routines because they kicked everybody out of the hospitals. There's nobody in the hospitals.
Yeah, we're gonna have to share that link as well. Shout out to John Thor for that one. I've got 1 minute and 57 to show you now. Okay, 1 minute and 57 seconds. That's the last one that I want to show you tonight, because it still tallies up with what we're talking about here, and then we'll jump into the chat room. Here we go.
Hard time, but they're not getting it straight. In fact, last night I read where they did a false report.
Is this the fake line?
Yes. Yep. That's it.
So the people in the cars are not patients?
Majority of them. I do know from talking with the testers that one one or two of them were real patients, which added to their frustration because this line sat there for a while so they could organize the shot.
Apparently, the news crew
where they actually got people to make it look like it was a terror. Did you see what happened? They got people. Let's get some people because they want to make it look like it was turmoil.
Well, we knew they were coming. We had no clue that we were going to have to, like, do fake patients.
Gotcha. And did she tell you guys, like, hey, you're not actually getting tested?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to make it look busy for the news because they're right there.
That's crazy.
They love the word chaos. When there's no chaos whatsoever, they love the word chaos.
I didn't see you guys do the swab at all. I just saw you talking with them. And then I was talking with the other girl.
There were a couple of real patients, which made it worse.
But what happened at CBS
She said there was a couple of real
was
people
terrible,
that
where
made
they
it
got
worse.
a lot of people to try and pretend like it was a mass amount of chaos and disorder. You saw that. It was terrible.
So they've made a line of cars with medical personnel on the cars as opposed to patients.
Correct.
And the viewer does not know that.
Correct. You shouldn't be afraid to say the truth, because in the end, truth always wins.
Well said. Well said.
Hell
And that's
yeah.
the last video we're going to play tonight for you all because the
I
mainstream
was
media is
taught.
dead.
I was taught from a kid. I was always taught honesty is always the best policy.
Yeah.
Always. These like what annoys me is these nurses that were going, oh yeah, they were faking it. They were getting us to fake it. That one woman, the way she was saying it, it was like she didn't agree with it, but she still did it.
Correct. She still did it. She was complicit.
She still did it.
Complicit. Right, I'm going to start spamming Iron Realm Media. We're not going to play an outro. The outro is going to be us watching you go to Iron Realm Media. Tell them we sent you.
Yeah, man.
Tell them the Really Woke Show sent you. Give the guys and gals our love. There you go. I'm spamming it. On that note, we're wrapping up. And while we're wrapping up, we're going to start giving the chat room a massive shout out. So here we go. Link and link again. And I'm going to go to the tippity top, Rich. And I'm going to start giving everyone a shout out.
Crikey, right to the top.
I'll give 5 and you give 5. So Cold
Go
Steel
on, that'll
Truth.
be quicker, won't it?
Yep. Cold Steel Truth, The Big Picture, Urban Gorilla, Jesse, and Maggie. Big shout out to you guys and gals.
Jonathan Hobbs, Regan Humphreys, Absimus Maximus, Michael Kilpatrick, and John Watson. Big shout out to you.
Awesome. D'Angelo, Zulu One, and Astro King, and Alfie Patching, and Regan Humphreys. Shout out to you, darling.
This is where I have to remember which ones we've said already.
We're here.
The Big Picture.
We're here.
The Big Picture. Jessica Lubian, Steve Bailey, Jesse Enns, Alfie Patchin.
Yay! And then Maggie Ray, and then we got John Smith as well. I don't know if that's John Smith GLOBALIST, but it's someone that's called John Smith. Shout out to you, my darling. And we've got further down here, we've got Anne Stewart. Hello, my darling. Lovely to see new names. Thank you so much for joining the stream. And then further down here, I'm at Reverend Hull. Reverend Hull, my darling. Thank you so much for joining us. We're at 2 hours and 28 minutes. Good job.
Absimus Maximus. How you doing, man? Child of God. Good to see you.
Awesome.
Zulu One. I think I don't know if we've shouted you out yet. Zulu One. Good to see you, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Ninja Man as well. Lovely to see you as well. The I-1864. Great to have you in the chat room too. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. It's been great seeing you all. And to Lee Brogan as well. And to Urban Gorilla again. I'm just going to leave that up there. Hyde Park, 16th of May. Shout out to all of you. Yeah, I'm going to try and pass through there as well.
Nathan, shout out to you, mate. Good to see you.
Gardens.
Luke Kennedy.
Yes.
I don't know if we said Dusty Nuggets. Good to see you. D'Angelo, mate. Good to see you. Thank you.
Great stuff. Great stuff. David Howard, Count aka Eric Heblin. Shout out to you as well. Steve Bailey. I don't know if we've said that as well. Eric DeLeon as well. Lovely to have you. Pat Royett.
Pass for it.
And Thomas. I don't know if that was more than 5. Sorry, Rich. We're here.
No, that's all right. Eric De Leon, good to see you, man. Cat Scully, Dagon Morningstar. I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it. About chatters.
That's a wrap, guys. That's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Why are you all still here, though? You got to go there.
They were waiting for their shout outs. Come on, you've all been shouted out. It's time to go.
Now. Go.
We want to see their chat room increase by at least 81 people.
Yeah, I want to see them. Come on, shout out Iron Rail Media, man. Go over there. Adam Meakin and the gang are over there, man. Come on.
Yeah, big shout out Adam. Big shout out Josh, Cammy, Bob.
Yeah. John Savage.
Yeah.
Walt.
All of the Iron Rail Media guys, man.
Gang. Zulu One, big love to you, my darling. Cat Scully, Jake Parsons, Jack Parsons as well. Dagon Morningstar as well there. Lovely to have you all with us. Great to see you all. I'm going to keep putting that link. You told them the Really Woke sent you. And there's the link. Iron Rail Media, they're live. Get that link. I can see a few less people now. Even if you haven't got time to stay there, go into the chat room, shout out the guys.
Just go and give them a shout out.
Give it a like, and then do what you need to do. But at least pass on through and just say, hey, and keep it moving. Even if you haven't got time to chill down for another hour or so, please go through to the Iron Rail Media guys. They've been going for years now. They've put a lot of effort into their stream on a Friday.
It's a very cool stream as well, isn't it, Rox?
It is.
It's different. I mean, there isn't actually. I don't think I've come across another stream quite like theirs, because we were really lucky, weren't we? We got invited onto their show a few weeks ago, and it's so civilized, man.
20 viewers. We'll cut the stream when we get down to 20 viewers, and I'm just going to keep spamming.
They're so civilized.
My darling.
They're so civilized. They're so everybody waits for like me and Rox. We talk over each other all the time.
Balls in the China shop. Ball in the China shop, mate.
We're a nightmare.
Yeah,
but they somebody says their piece. Everybody sits there and they mull over what's been said, and then it's brilliant, man. It's really, really good.
It's great. And I'm still spamming the chat room with Iron Rail Media. We're just going there. I'm taking a look.
Numbers going down. We've got 62. Come on, guys. Just go and give them a shout out. Just go and give them a thumbs up. Give them a like.
Do you know what I'm gonna do? But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to shut down everything else here, boom, 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 boom. And we're just going to be left with just that. And guess what we're going to do? Until you all go, we're just going to put them on the screen.
Yeah.
Shout out to Iron Rail. That's what we're doing. Look, there's the chat room.
Come on. Because we want to see in there people saying, hey,
come on.
Really woke sent us.
It's all good. We are screen sharing you all now. Big love to you. Come on. So now when you go over there, we can see you on here. So go and give them a shout out in the chat room. Go for it. You've got the link. You've got your task. You've got your call to action. Get over into that stream. Click that. I want to see the likes going up on Iron Rail Media as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Get over there. There's 55 of you in here. I'd love it for 20 of you to all leave in 5, 4, 3. Click the link 2, 1. Just bowl over there. Just go over there and just go, all right, come on, let's have it. Yay. Go on. Go on.
Hey, Zulu One. Let's see Zulu One. Dagon Morningstar.
Shout out to all of you. Over there.
Haka-san. Yay, you guys are awesome, man.
Go on, get in there. Yeah, so do you know what? I've done half of that one, Zenith. And that's why I said, even if you guys can't stay, just get in there and go over there and be like, oh yeah, how you doing, everyone? Give them a like. If you're not subscribed to them, make sure you are. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time the gang go live. Yeah? I'm not seeing
every Friday. They're live every Friday. So it's just one night a week.
I've got to take Kenny for a walk as well, so I need you all to join. I want all of you to go over to Iron Rail Media. I'm just going to keep spamming the chat, and big love to all of you in the chat room that have been participating tonight. We really appreciate all of you. And on that note, I'm going to start pressing play now. Here we go. Let's have a listen to them, shall we?
Yeah, man.
Go on. Started streaming 26 minutes ago. Gotta love that.
The iron you need to keep you physically fit and
We
mentally alert.
are wrapping up, sending everyone over.
And many, many men.
There you go. Shout out Martin Leaker in their chat room.
Daily iron your body requires.
Shout out to all of their chat room. Big love
In
to
a
all of
form
them.
your body can easily use and put to work.
Can't help but love that intro track. Bad boy
Yeah.
track.
Every dose gives you more.
Okay, now listen. Don't sit in our chat room watching them.
No, go into their chat room, man.
Because
Do you know
what when we end the stream, we're just going to keep them on and we're going to just stay up in the chat room for a bit and watch them. So, I mean, we're just kind of inviting you to do what we're doing anyway.
So if you're not getting the iron your body needs,
That's right. You get over there. Go on. Get over there. Go on. Get over there.
if you feel weak, run down, and are easily upset,
Gotta love it. It's good. Okay. Until tomorrow, we are going to wrap up. And hopefully the rest of you are going to jump on over to Iron Realm Media
The iron you need
and join the gang.
get what you want.
Yeah?
Thank you
Massive
very
love.
much, guys. Thank you very much for being there.
Big love.
We'll be back tomorrow night.
Right,
Same time.
Same
Actually,
day.
we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow lunchtime first.
Yeah, not for the really
well,
good
not
time.
lunchtime. 3 o'clock-ish.
Not
for
for the really
some
good
live music. Yeah. No, not for really woke. For some live
Gang.
music.
Gang.
That's right.
That's right. Gang, 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 gang. Come on. What are you waiting for? Get over there.
Oh, no.
It's Friday.
30. We've got 90. Come on. We've got to get down to 20.
I've got 39 on the screen. All three screens.
You have tuned in to the Iron Realm Media YouTube
Come
channel.
on. You're missing out. Don't miss out.
We're
Go
running
over there.
on a skeleton crew this evening. But we've got an awesome guest, as always.
As always.
Yeah, just so you know, the only reason we're keeping this stream going is to make sure that you go over to Iron Realm Media, because this is the only way that we can make sure that you've gone over there.
If you can hear me, I've been really
We've got to follow up. We've got to follow up. This is called a follow up. We're
now.
following
I'm
up
on bad
by
spell,
looking at you
but,
guys on that screen there, making sure you go
by
there.
day and my
You got to
arm
go
was,
there. Okay?
shocking
You got to go.
Apparently
You
hurts
got to
me.
go. You got to go. Right out that door. I said, you got to go.
everything I can here.
Gotta go. You gotta go. You gotta go.
But
You
yeah,
gotta
she's
go.
had some great
You gotta go.
days
You
and
gotta go.
lots of happiness.
Okay,
We finally have
so
some
go.
sunshine here.
Yeah, I know.
today, which is
33 in the
great.
chat. It's
Looking forward to
ridiculous.
33 in the chat, man.
I know it's
Really
ridiculous.
sunny
On that note, you get into that link,
How
and
was
we're gonna wrap up now. And on that note,
Well, so far I think we're doing really well. Zach and I missed
we
the hell out
are
of you over
gonna
on the Ironworks over on
stop
True
the stream.
Frequency Radio. Isn't that right, Zach?
We're gonna go over there. Sounds too interesting. It's
We'll
more
see you
interesting.
over there, guys. We'll see you over there. We're going to be over there. We'll see you in the chat room.
We'll see you all tomorrow, 3 o'clock for Doubles Gig and 9:30.